But I've just disappeared. It's more landfill.
And there's no rockers in the ankles either.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
The ankles had rockers. The ankle joints are way different.
Oh look, here's the genius behind.
I know. I showed that on the. I held that up to the camera because like, who is this guy and what's his weird fascination
this
with
creep
like
looking in the
creepy
window?
mannequin?
Larry Mangle.
Dude, that's a huge.
They have
Like, look how
names?
big the.
It was a huge thing.
the
I
thing
saw
is,
it. Dove had
yeah.
one.
That
Wow.
Arnold Schwarzenegger? From here, it looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No, it's
That's
Michael
so
Fassbender.
bad.
Schwarzenegger.
You
Have
can do
you
this,
seen?
right?
Have you seen that Gold's Gym commercial where they got Schwarzenegger putting the mustache on and the long mullet hair and walking around and his name is Carlos.
No, I haven't seen it.
He's a personal trainer.
What up with the little bulge?
Alright guys, are you ready for the cave treatment?
Well, you know,
Oh. Average?
robot space penis.
That's how dark it is. Okay?
Yeah.
Back to
Hey, Ben.
Isn't that crazy?
There's a plastic bag right next to you on the right there on that shelf.
Pull my weight.
Down.
Just help.
You don't have to pull any weight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we should just kind of leave these up, huh?
Yeah, but turn them on.
Oh, sorry.
Make you look nice and white.
Kills the,
Balance. Yeah, and the base.
the guys so much. So, and then after a while, you're sitting there and you're like,
Yeah.
I think we tried that one. I think we tried that one.
That's a Mexican poor people piñata.
Oh,
Dale, dale, dale.
So everybody really liked these, and they went to the
Dale,
Bubble Lab
dale,
website,
dale.
and they can't find them on the website.
Oh.
So this goes to donate?
No, I keep
I don't know
these.
if are they sold out on the button?
I don't
Ah,
know.
for like Frankenstein?
Oh, I love this set. Are you kidding me?
I'll put these up one day.
Hilarious.
Oh my god!
This is so creepy. He like, yeah.
You just put them in there.
And a lot of
You should
people
just
were
get
like,
rid
"Of
of all the
course
stuff
George
on the
would
back
like it."
shelf there, and just have them behind the toy right
And in
always.
a couple
The
years, we're
Huckleberry
gonna
Finn
see
looked
a
like he was
show,
really
Where I'm
like an
breaking them.
intervention. Where should you really with
You don't
these
have to say
guys
it's,
here? It's gonna be like a
one of those
intervention.
little
Hoarders.
Hoarders.
Who did the sucks to be you?
Oh yeah.
I know.
That's a cool
I
cat.
won't blame you. I'm like you're hot.
Is it like a skinny cat? Like the
What?
Oh,
hairless
Abe
cat?
Lincoln
Yeah.
No,
Jr.
I didn't mean it that way.
That's so funny.
Abe Lincoln Jr. Yeah.
Lincoln Jr.
Is the dog in there?
Yeah, dog in there.
And the
Doggy dog world. Doggy dog world.
All right, let's get this garbage out of here so we can get
You want a bag?
Ben in here.
Let me see if I can find a bag. Oh.
I can't even imagine what this place looks like after the Comic-Con crap up.
where we
Where
filmed
it's just you
three
open, like, a
episodes
million
straight.
things from Comic-Con and just like, is there just like trash everywhere?
We literally sit here for
You
about
clean up for like an hour and a half.
3 hours, 3.5 to 4 hours.
That's all I can.
to
Every
film
time I see it, that's all I can think of. Is I'm like, oh my god.
It's the
I don't even
huge
like
thrill.
opening my own stuff in Comic-Con. It's too much of a pain to like go through it all.
that. I just put it in my car and leave it there for you.
He does.
And then George is like, you still have it in your car?
I have things from 2009 Comic-Con.
In your
that I
car?
haven't opened. Not in my car.
In the,
In my
How
garage,
does
so I
sit here
can't
and
park my
everything
car
gets
in
in
there.
there?
But yeah.
that's crazy. Oh, these ones sold, huh? These ones?
Yeah, that's all.
for 50 if they PayPal'd it.
Oh, I don't know how to work that. Man, this is heavy.
Actually, Holly
There's no
jumped
word
on.
They should have done this
chat.
magnetic.
Oh, was she?
Broadcast.
Nice.
Holly is still there?
Too heavy.
Hi, Holly. Couch reset. George sits
This
here
actually
and it
would've
gets
been
all
cool if it had
squished
a-
up.
Yeah, everybody's been there. They don't want this one.
No,
Yeah.
And a rotocaster head, because that's
It's
too
definitely
heavy.
Box.
You can just display it up there.
Are you gonna put the turtles in your
Did I
turtle?
Cavern.
Somewhere.
I help.
I don't know how we'll fit it there,
I'm a
but
helper.
Oh, make your,
I did it myself.
I'm a helpy helper.
logo.
Corey looks like he's
Why did
leaving.
you put vampire
I'm
Batman?
about ready to go. Yeah. I gotta get some sleep before I.
You gotta do stuff.
Yeah. Well, I have to drive my brother to the park. Pick up
Come on, we've got only 10 and a half
Thank you
hours.
for, yeah,
Really?
it was so much fun.
Yeah. Where's the
Next
bacon,
year I'll just
man?
stay the whole
Damn
time.
package.
10 and a half.
Did you want to eat a baby? Is that what you just said?
Let's go. Where's the bacon?
Bacon bowl.
That.
Bacon bowl.
I'm just pandaing.
Panda?
Run down the street.
Panda Express? Panda Express?
Get some 8 a.m. orange chicken.
Did anyone like this? Did anyone want to buy it?
Yeah, somebody but they didn't pay for it.
Tofu?
I know there's a Satan. It wasn't like Satan guy?
Did anybody want the Tao Pak King tofu thing? Because we're gonna auction it off right now, and the money will go to support Toy Break Live. Did anyone like it?
Like right across that.
Well, now that I know how close in proximity you guys are to where my brother is, I can just like, yeah, come down here.
Plug nerds and have 9 pounds.
Let's see.
I don't have my
It
cord.
might be
I have
through
Was it for a
Facebook.
fork?
Let me see.
No.
A lot of people like those pins.
I still got my old one.
I know, I never.
I gotta go get my dinosaur out of the car.
Bait, man.
So, yeah, I'm gonna pull it out so people can see it.
Jorge.
Do we know how much these guys retail for, George?
I don't remember. It was on the show.
Is that your? Oh, okay.
Hey guys,
I got it.
does anybody
Never
want
mind,
this guy?
So you know who's texting you randomly. Or
That is actually a good idea.
Yeah.
Made out of resin, made by Mighty Jacks. Quality's really good.
Isn't that fun piece?
Yeah, George is wondering if anybody wants to buy it.
Here, I'm just gonna call you.
Donate it to Battle Babies and make them. Oh, the little one would be a nice Battle Baby.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I love those things.
Bacon bowls for breakfast.
Is yours blue?
Battle babies.
So, that episode was an hour and 3 minutes.
This is weird.
Nah.
And they just didn't stop it, right?
So these retail for 60.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, George is wondering if anybody wants to buy it.
At retail price?
It was a lot like. They say it retails for 60, George.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
We could start at 20, 30, I don't know, 30 bucks. Somebody want to buy it for 30?
Okay. How about 30? Anybody?
Oh, that was
Anybody want it for 30?
Nobody wants blue.
That's how.
Start the bidding at 30.
Yeah, look.
Here's your
Oh,
chance.
Oh yeah, working for the camera. Oh.
This is made by Daniel Yu, Mighty Jacks,
There you go.
and Devil
That's a good
Robots.
Should have that one.
Collaboration between all these fine people.
Here.
So,
I don't know what my class
$30.
is. Terrible.
anybody?
Good.
Anybody?
It's terrible, isn't it? I'll send you a better picture.
Just send me one.
Was the resin KV for something thing?
It's probably your Ewok.
I think it should already.
The resin KV was for the KV custom show that happened in the UK,
There's only 3.
and the resin ones were painted
It was just one, yeah.
I'll do it next year. I'll go the whole time.
and
next
sold
year.
at the show, and
Like sleeping
I don't
on
get tired as quick as other people, so well,
There
I
you
say
go.
that next year I'm just gonna like crash at like 2 in the morning.
it.
Alright guys, I'm headed out. Good
thank
to
you,
see
sir.
everyone.
Thanks for
George.
coming.
Nice to meet everybody.
Get an Instagram.
Bye Dan.
Bye. Yeah, get Instagram. Quick.
Yes.
I
Like
know,
right
I
now,
will.
seriously, somebody probably.
If you don't
already
get it
got
Yeah, I
within
know.
an hour, I'll
Someone got
take
I'm a
it.
little worried.
Alright, I'll see you next year.
Anybody? $30? Nobody wants Tao Pak King? I'll do 30 depending on shipping. Any prices that we give already include shipping.
Oh,
Booyah!
So there you go.
oh!
It's a
Sleepy Row 113. Look at what you made.
It's a different
Wow.
temperature outside.
That's
than it
pretty
is
cool.
inside.
Is it nice?
It's nice and cool out there.
Chilly?
Toy
It's still
girls.
chilly.
Nice.
Oh.
So you want to get Dan in there?
I gotta show. Wait, I have to
Can
show
one
everybody.
call in or text
Pass
in to bid?
to the right.
Call in to bid? How'd
What
you?
does that mean?
I don't know.
Operators are standing
Oh, no.
by.
You're doing it right now.
Sleepy Robot
Type in the
13.
words where you just typed in those words. That's how you bid.
And for
Toy
next
Girls
year, we gotta get
Robots.
like the shitty things like
How
going
cute
there
is
like
that?
commentators. Call now.
Adorable.
Like the information.
Phone lines are open.
Yeah.
Operators are standing by.
Yeah, you can.
Thanks,
be the,
Supreme
you can be the
Nunchi.
sexy naughty operator.
The real mimic
Wait,
is in for
you're calling a
30.
different number, Carlos.
$30.
Sexy naughty.
Nah, but he's got like a
Done.
sexy, like a raspy voice.
If
Yeah,
anybody
I
wants
do
it for 35, they can outbid the real Mimic, but we're just gonna let it go for a few minutes.
As opposed to the fake.
Yeah, it's a couple minutes. While
And otherwise, it's at $30 right now.
Dan,
Thanks,
you wanna
Mimic.
get in there, Dan?
Yeah, whatever you're comfortable.
Finish your business.
Well, that's
Hey, Mr. Toast,
let's just Ben
Let
talk
me
this
step-
up.
come on in. Join the party.
It's just bad.
Join the party. It's Mr. Toast. What are you doing over there? You drawing stuff?
There you go.
How much?
Did you just do this right now?
No, I did it last year.
Look at that. That's amazing.
How much?
Well, we've been selling sketches for like $10,
10's good.
but this has color and everything.
Steel.
10's good.
Oh, put it in here so people.
Oh,
Pay more than that. Look, by the way, do you notice that you're slowly overtaking the studio?
Big
About
Toy
time.
Poo is at 35,
There's
so
one
we're now
there,
at 35
two in the back, over there.
for
About time, is that
Ta'Paw
what you
King.
said?
Brought you something
Thanks, Big Toy
special.
Poo.
What? Wait, I.
Mimic, you can
Wait.
still
Switch camera.
get
You
it for
just
40.
click on the other camera.
Oh, so what you do is, right here, click on that, and then click the arrow. And then to click back. When you want to click back, just click
To the arrow.
the arrow.
This is not a toy. This is art.
40 for Mimic on this guy.
Ooh,
Okay.
look how
40
big
bucks.
The words are. I don't think
Oh,
the words
sorry.
were that
I
big
want to
last
come sit by
time.
you.
Oh.
Sit in the middle.
Oh, I'll be in the middle.
So how much
Give
for
me some
that?
room.
How much? For
10.
That sketch?
Just 10.
Ben sandwich.
First person that says 10.
$10. First person to do 10 gets the Mr. Toast
Darth
sketch.
Vader, bacon,
10.
bacon butter.
Wait, someone did it?
Hey, Craig. Craig.
Can
Craig.
you make one cooking himself with the lightsaber? Kind of like
Burning himself with lightsaber? It's
he's
possible.
cooking himself, man. It's like getting nice and crunchy.
Wait,
Wait, that's a 5.
There's
What are you
10
doing?
here. I bet you they're yours.
Complex,
I don't know where
you
it's
can
from.
get it for 10. Oh no, that's Nathan bought the little Stormtrooper figure.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hey, Craig from Australia is on.
oh, and people got the Kickstarter ones.
How's
We'll talk a little
Australia
about
Day?
Kickstarter. Very good.
Hold on.
Mimic's at 40 for this guy, and we're gonna let it go for just a couple more minutes.
Jake the Jailbird said, "Can I bid on some of the plush on the back of the couch?" Sorry, no go.
The pillows, yeah.
The pillows.
Oh yeah, actually,
Yeah,
yeah.
you can get the
The
pillows.
plush pillows,
Fetching pillows.
$30, and you can transform your humble, sad, empty couch into a toy break couch.
Whoa, sad and
Yeah, why is the
empty.
cat's out? Because he doesn't have a toy break cushion.
What Carlos
That's true.
said. I love when you do that.
Then he's gonna smile like
Uh,
the Pee Wee Herman couch.
Zayco, that already includes shipping, so it's all good. So Zayco, do you want? I think Zayco
That's
wants.
Clay.
Oh yeah.
Zico,
Well, Clay.
it's tomorrow.
Okay. I think you want.
Have you eaten the crab cake since he's been here? The lobster roll, I mean.
No, I haven't.
Okay.
So
I know
people
the Connecticut style is like, it's very like buttery, so I tend not to like.
to do the what? Butter
But
and
I know that no, it's like, so there's a lobster roll and you can get a Connecticut
chocolate?
style,
Yeah.
which is like,
Too much
like,
butter.
yeah, it's like
Have you seen
covered
the
in
Have you
butter.
seen the Subway when they do like, this is it's a lobster and it says 51% lobster.
Ew.
What's
Yeah.
the other 49%?
I don't know, but by law it has to be more than 50%.
Soylent Green is
Like,
people.
No.
that's a movie that they should redo.
I know,
That is a
right?
movie that
Because
should be
the,
I
the
could take
idea
that.
is really cool, but the movie is really
Slow.
crappy. I saw it the other day.
Incredible!
You have to admit, it's a
things
little
that
Charlton
slow.
Heston
You remember-
doing his thing.
You remember the movie's so cool when you saw it for the first time. I was like, yeah, and then you see it again and like, ah.
Well, because that first time you're like, what?
Because the first time we didn't have CGI and cool stuff. And now,
Yeah.
like the scene.
Let's
where,
get Michael Bay to direct
the
it.
scene where the dad is in the room before he dies. I was like, dude, that must have been so cool back in the 70s.
Now it's just looks like a.
Stop having a boring couch. Stop having a boring life. Buy a toy break pillow.
I like
Yeah.
that. I
Make
like
your
that.
life, turn
I love
your
it,
life
Frosty.
upside down.
Done.
Hey, poor, get one.
All right. So Clay, the $10 is he asking about for
Yeah,
the Darth Bacon?
the Darth
I think
Bacon.
so.
I think we're going for that. Clay,
Well,
will
let's
you
go to Clay.
confirm?
Sure. Make it so.
And I think we're gonna call it $40 for Mimic. The real Mimic. Send the $40 to info@toybreak.com. Make sure you include a note for the Tao Poke Tofu, whatever, just so we know that it's going to you. And it's yours, $40. Actually, pretty good deal.
And clay for the, right?
Yes, clay for the
Bacon.
Darth Bacon.
Egg right. So I made Aileen a little something special.
For me?
What?
What is that?
It's Aileen as an ice cream.
What?
Yeah.
You guys! It's amazing!
That is pretty amazing.
A little bit lower.
How's that?
That's pretty amazing.
That was a quote from the
That was a quote from
from
Alien.
the outtakes. You had it in the I think it was in the outtakes.
Oh my god.
And that was the most insane quote.
All right, so we're gonna
I've ever
auction
heard
it
in my
off,
life.
starting at $5.
$5. First $5 takes it home.
I think Aileen's got this. I think she's gonna keep that one.
Oh, it moved too
$5
far.
We need
bucks.
to
Are you
get
back?
the cameras for next time, dude. Camera 1.
Oh my
camera 2,
God.
close up.
This is amazing.
I'm going to
Dan.
wait it out on the sketch guys
you.
just to see
Why-
if there's anything else.
Why are you afraid of?
Do you guys
a
want to
mouse?
Darth
know
Bacon
about the
is-
mouse
I need
situation?
that. I need
Yes,
I had
Clay,
to do that art
info
just so
at
I remember to
toybreak.com.
ask you the story of what that
Instead of
means.
making a note, you make...
Explanation.
Well, I would never remember.
I'm still scared sometimes when I go to the bathroom I'm going to pee on a mouse. All of that is incredibly true. So here's... You guys ready for the story? I wish my mom was on because she can verify all of this.
Well, I don't expect you to make up a fake
Do you
story
want me to
about
do-
why you would say something
Do you want me to do
like
the
that.
super short story? The
No.
super short story is I peed on a mouse.
We
The
have
longer...
10.5 hours.
Okay, let's go. We're going to go. All right. I was 9. We put my parents put an addition onto the house, so there had been a lot of construction going on, adding a second bathroom and all this stuff. I think it was either the first or second day that like everything had been done. I moved into my new room, I'm very excited, and I'm like, I'm gonna shower in the new bathroom. When you shower, you take your clothes off. I do at least. Took my clothes off, went right into the bathroom. My
Okay.
room was
Never
right
heard
next
of
to
that.
it. So, right. Well, I'm just explaining. I was in a very vulnerable state when this incident happened.
Okay.
I go into the bathroom. I sit down to pee real quick before I go to take my shower because you don't want to pee in the shower. So I do that, and I stand up, and I look down, and there is a mouse swimming in the toilet, and I just peed on it.
Poor thing. It was just jacuzzi.
That poor
And I
mouse.
screamed, and I was like, ah! And my parents come running back, and I'm so freaked out that there's a mouse. I don't know what I thought he was going to do, because, like, he can't really, like, how's he going to get out of the toilet? I don't know. It's all wet and slippery. So I'm freaked out. I'm backing out of the bathroom. I'm like, oh my God, there's a mouse in the toilet! And they're like, oh, what? Like, what's happening? I should have been like, oh my God, I'm naked. I should get a robe or something. But I'm like, oh my God, there's a mouse in the toilet! They go in and they just flush the toilet a couple times.
Wow.
I was 9.
So that's how that mouse
yeah.
died. Got peed on and then
And then flush.
flushed.
You know,
That-
the
yeah, the mouse
It's
was
a
like,
pee
"Damn,
and
I'm gonna
flush
take another
death.
shower now.
Very common pee and flush death.
So you,
But
so
it never made a noise.
What, it should have
He
screamed?
Or
was relaxing.
splashed.
He was just chilling in the.
He was like
toilet,
this. He
you
was
know?
floating on his back. He was like, oh, what a
Having
beautiful
his little
day.
inflatable thing.
Oh, what is that?
Well, my
What are those clouds coming in or something? What is? What? Whoa!
To this day, every time I go to the bathroom, there's always a glance just to make sure
Always a
nothing.
glance, yeah.
There's not a mammal in the toilet. So
A
the reason
mammal.
the reason I brought up the construction is because since
But if there's a
Capybara.
reptile, it's okay.
Capybara.
As long as it's not a mammal.
Baby
What we'll
hippo.
have to do. One of these Halloweens, we'll put a capybara in your toilet.
No!
And you'll like come in. You'll be like, bah!
don't do that.
You'll lift
So-
the toilet seat. And you'll
But
pop his head out.
I assume because there had just been
Rabies.
construction, the toilet had just been put on. I assume mice maybe had been coming out of the hole, said hi, looked around, went back. He came up, he's like, hey, there's water, what's
have
going
a
on?
swimming
And then I
pool,
peed
dude.
on him.
Oh my.
Poor mouse. He was probably so disoriented. I feel
Was he
horrible for the
alive?
mouse.
I think
Yes!
you should
That's
try.
what freaked me out because I stood up and he's like swimming.
I think
Wow.
that
Live.
think the peeing part of his life was not the bad part. I think the
I
death
know,
by
I know.
flushing is the
Well, I
bad
didn't
part.
flush him.
Yeah. Maybe he's
I
a
didn't know
kinky
what are you
mouse,
supposed to
know?
do? Would you have like fished the pee mouse out of the toilet?
No.
What do you do?
I still remember one time we had a mouse in our house,
Oh,
and we chased it out, and then my dad followed behind it, hitting it with the broom, trying to kill the poor
Stun
mouse.
it, like people like disoriented him.
There's people that pay for mice as pets.
Mice. I grew up in the Arizona desert. We had rattlesnakes.
in your toilet?
All
They
over
eat the mice.
Yeah.
Oh my
You have to
God.
worry about mice.
It's just the bites of the rattlesnakes.
Yeah, the rattlesnakes,
Just
they eat the
thinking about
mice.
it.
Yeah,
Wow.
Just thinking about that.
No
that's
thanks.
a funny story.
And the other
So
funny
I peed on the
story,
mouse.
I leave my house at 5 o'clock in the morning or whatever, and I pull onto Melrose.
Mm-hmm.
Driving down the road, there is a person laying in the road.
What?
Chilling.
No, what? Who knows?
What?
Look like they're unconscious or dead or God knows what. And go past go around the person and get up to the next light. And there was another guy next to me, and he rolls down his window, and he's like, "There's a guy. Was that a guy? That was a guy in the road." And we're both like, and then look in the rear mirror, and he gets up
What?
and like leaves the road.
What was he trying to commit suicide?
Like
That would be the worst
like
way to
run
commit
me
suicide.
over,
Yeah,
please?
suicide.
I have no idea.
Or
It's
or
a
was he
warm
like
place to sleep.
it's a
Or he
horrible
fell
place
down.
to sleep?
I
It's a
heard.
horrible place to
Or
sleep.
like he's waiting for like somebody to roll over him and then
know,
he
maybe
can
it's a-
file a
a
lawsuit or
dare.
something, or
Oh, that's terrible thought.
Carjack
I thought it was a
like a-
dummy
like a
that someone had
setup.
thrown out
Oh,
there
that's
and was
awful.
had a camera or something,
Right.
some sort of prank, teenage prank show or whatever. So that's what I thought, but
that was
it
awful.
was actually a real person.
I'm just sad at least you didn't think you birthed it. No, I did not think I birthed the mouse.
Oh,
I definitely just peed on it.
do not
Immaculate
do
mouse
not birth the
conception.
mouse. What?
Immaculate mouse conception.
I think that's a drawing right there, right for you.
I work on. I've got more OMFG cards right here. Let me get to work.
You know what's funny is you're the first person who's asked me about that. No, everybody else just like glossed over it.
They glossed over
People
that.
have said, "Oh, that was funny when you said that," but nobody said, "Why did you say that?"
Why did you?
But I appreciate. Thank you.
Well, maybe
Isn't
most
funny?
people have that sort of phobia.
Maybe you've all peed on
Themselves.
mice. I don't know. Maybe that's a common thing.
I used to be
Like-
scared of like a creepy hand coming out of the toilet.
What would give you that fear?
I don't know. Scary movies from the
Somebody
80s.
somebody goose you in there?
No, I was just
Oh,
thinking.
I get that with drains from it.
And rats, like
That's a
you
little-
know, with that movie,
Rats.
like the movie that they eat the people.
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah.
Willard?
I've seen
I
Oh.
had
that.
pet rats though, so I think rats. Are
There's a
cool.
boat full of rats.
Oh.
Did you hear about that?
Yes. Oh, this is
That's
so
a,
creepy.
it's
Do you believe it?
urban legend.
No,
No,
it's
they just
all it's
reported
all
on it.
yeah, it's like
yeah, because
this.
the internet says so.
Yeah.
No,
Facebook told me
BBC.
so.
Wasn't it BBC?
Yeah, the
Or
BBC.
something?
The Brits
The
are
Onion?
afraid that it's coming close to the shore and it might land on shore and there's a bunch of diseased
no,
rats.
They assume that there's diseased cannibal rats on board. We don't know for sure.
What is
They
like
don't
a
know
ghost
for
ship that
Yeah.
just like
So the
wanders?
ship-
Unaccounted.
do you remember the
and
story?
just not raiders and stuff.
Yeah, I read the story.
The ship was like a Soviet ship or something.
Yeah,
Something.
Latvian or
And
something.
It's huge. Latvian. That's it. And it's huge. And so they bought it
Oh.
at like,
Hey.
hey, Brandon's back.
Wakey wakey.
And he's got a pillow.
You missed all the good stuff, don't you? Missed.
Keep on
Dan,
slipping
are you
in.
familiar with the adventures of Pete and Pete?
Yes.
Actually, my buddy
You missed it.
Todd
There's
Webb
a
that
whole-
does draws my comic book. He does comics for those guys. I think he's a huge fan.
Can you guys maybe show the Darth Bacon sky as a pencil or paint? It's marker. Marker.
That's how good he is.
Sharpie.
They put in the.
I'll put in the little one.
Oh, no, that's
Ta-da-da.
good.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
That's good. Whatever.
Zombie.
that's
rats.
cool.
Crispin Glover.
Yes,
Willard.
Willard.
Yeah.
So wait a second. So there's a giant
So
ship,
the ship-
filled with
So-
Yes.
terror.
Cannibalistic.
Wait, so Canada bought-
deceased
Canada
rats.
bought
Wait.
this old decommissioned ship because
Yep.
they were like, oh, we can use that
Scrap.
for scrap metal. It's
Yeah.
worth like $41 million.
Canada?
in
Yeah,
scrap.
there's a
Yeah,
lot
it's
of metal
Canada.
on this
Yeah,
thing.
sure.
So then they go send a boat. This is, I think I'm getting this. Tell me if I'm getting it wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
They send a boat to get it, and they're like pulling it back to Canada. Somewhere along the way, oops, our trailer hitch broke. We're not
Just
gonna.
let it
don't
go.
worry about it.
This
Don't
Yeah.
worry about
current
it. It's
take
It's
it.
done.
It's old. Like, don't worry about it. So then there's no people on this boat. There's nothing on, like, it's just empty, and supposedly they just left it out to drift. Now, I don't know where they get the idea that there's rats
How
on
do
it.
they know there's?
How do the rats get there?
If there's millions
Well,
of
maybe
all the rats
maybe there
there.
were a couple of
They hate
rats.
each other, you know. Where they
Cannibal.
They just one left, and that's a mega rat.
And he's a
this is
zombie.
gonna-
yeah, there's
Like
it's
a
Zombie.
kaiju rat.
it's a closed system that it's gonna break down. You know, once you know you're gonna end
They're
up
gonna
with
get
one
sick.
really fat rat, and then he's gonna die because he'll have eaten everyone else.
I was trying
Right?
to think of the toy equivalent.
What if
of
there's
that.
Like
like-
if they put
Yeah,
first of
What
all
if
they're
they
gonna,
learn how to fish?
First of all, they're gonna yes exactly.
And then we
Yeah.
got like
Is he
like
fishing,
a-
fishing poles?
Fishing rats.
like Splinter, you know, teaching them, you know, karate
Actually,
and
yeah,
stuff.
without water, the rats
Think
are gonna
about-
die after
think
7
about it.
days.
Yeah. That's what
Karate.
they do,
No,
karate,
they
you know,
they
karate.
they become vampires.
Yeah,
Do a
karate.
sketch of Mr. Toast as
Karate.
Little Pete and Shaky Bacon as Artie.
What?
Oh, I've never seen Pete and Pete, but I do know what it is. Perhaps I could do
Ben
that
loves
drawing.
Pete and Pete.
I remember we saw Pete and Pete at Kamikaze.
We did, and
They were
we were
charging-
like, go talk to him, and you were like, no.
No,
They were charging,
they were charging for autographs.
and that's when you shut down. You're like,
I'm like,
charging. I give you
No,
nothing.
nothing.
He's probably just watching.
Real Mimic, you got it. $40. Don't forget.
Woohoo!
Don't forget.
Sold. Send them money.
We should put a note.
Oh,
The Real Mimic.
I already made a note, but I'll take the Post-its.
Yes.
Can you see that?
Please send payment to info@toybreak.com. That includes your shipping.
Is this the last chocolate?
There's a
there's
ton of
plenty
chocolate in
of,
the
There's
so
so much
This is
sugar.
So much candy.
I
Why
don't
don't they
even
just
know.
sink the ship? Because it's worth a lot of money.
Yeah, apparently it's so. But if it's worth so much money, how come they just left it out to drift?
Yeah, like they were drunk and like.
I don't know if it was Canada or Venezuela that bought it.
I
I
thought
don't
it was
know.
Canada.
It sounds like a urban legend.
Someone just
You
hit
sound like an urban
45.
legend.
Yeah, like an urban legend.
I'm gonna go to Snopes and see if you're real.
Too late.
A wild thing to do.
Yeah, we already called Mimic as the wiener.
Too late.
Winner.
The wiener.
The winner.
The Real Mimic, are you still there?
Oh, so Sholey.
Are you still there, the Real Mimic?
Boat break. Dan, what you been up to? You had a show.
Have
it's
a show?
It's
Yeah.
over
Show is
today.
Here,
Closing
I
today.
feel like you're not on
Do you want to
camera.
squish over this way?
You're good. Yeah,
There you go.
should use
Come
some
this way.
camera.
Okay.
You just want an excuse to make a sandwich tighter. Like, yeah, look at that.
Oh.
Good. There you go.
Oh.
Toy break.
Ball,
break.
ball.
Toy break pillow.
Toy pillow.
Toy break
yeah,
is like
so
the buffer, the lettuce for the sandwich.
No.
The lettuce.
I don't know that he's helping. My show closes at Gallery 1980 today, so I'll
Congrats,
be down
man.
there.
Saturday evening.
Saturday, yeah, I'll be over there after this. I'll go down there and see how it's going.
Yay!
And I'll have the Shaky Bacon puppet with me.
Yeah.
And we're giving out some posters. Some old Mr. Toast in Outer Space posters.
Are you giving out the?
Vintage.
It says like sketches, $30 or like.
I
little
mean,
signs?
if somebody wanted to still do commissions, we could talk
no,
about
the sign
them.
that says like.
What,
Dan
give
will
out
be-
those signs? You
yeah.
want me to give out those signs?
I'm just.
You-
I'm always trying to
if
get them
someone
from
really
you.
wants
Is it
those
open?
signs,
I'm
they
always
can
trying to
have-
get them from you, and I'm never there when the show closes. I don't know why. I think it's funny.
You want those signs?
No, I don't need them. It's funny.
I'll,
Are you kidding? I got this. This is like the coolest. I don't know where this lands in cool because I have some really cool Mr. Toast pieces. I have pretty much the coolest that you've ever made.
You do.
I know.
What is that?
Well, I've got 2 Ewok ones.
Oh yes, the Ewok
I've
ones.
got the Blues Brothers.
That
I've
one's
got
cool.
That was from
Shaky
the
giving
show,
his
right?
TED talk.
Yeah.
What's he giving a TED talk about?
Paranoia.
Oh.
Make the
Make it
paranoia
work
work
for
for
you.
you.
Make it work for you.
I-
Which one would be the
Did I do that one for you, or did you just?
No,
buy
that was from
one?
the show, the first show.
the
Oh, that was
Jewel
from the
Crown?
first show.
Yeah.
See, that's I probably wouldn't recognize any of the ones from the first show. I don't even remember
Really?
that I did that one.
He hired
I swear
somebody.
it's yours. Nobody can replicate
I'm pretty
that.
no, I know it's me, but
You don't remember.
but
I think it's
between these two shows, I've done so many pieces that I am starting to forget, what I have done.
And you do just sit there and watch movies all day on Netflix to get inspiration, right?
We
Do you
have
watch each of these movies?
no, not necessarily. Some movies I'll have seen, and then I will just use IMDb and watch.
Grab a quote.
Yeah, like I was telling Ben, I just did one for Top Gun, And it's like I haven't seen Top Gun in 1,000 years. So
Shame. What a shame.
So we just went on the computer. Went on the computer and found the scene, and then looked at it and listened to the words, and then sort of figured out. Because that's the thing about whenever you do sort of stuff based on movies and TV, you composite the whole thing. So you want to sort of get the essence. It's
Extremely
like
iconic.
when you say Top Gun, you're like, oh, you just got to put some aviators on him, and so you want to sort of. You're never going to find that one shot where it really encompasses everything. So you take 2 or 3 things and then get the characters are doing this, that, and the other thing, and sort of combine all the primary notes.
You recognize all those iconic pieces.
Yeah. So like when I did your TED Talk one, this whole thing is having the microphone, and it's got to be about something that's
Mr.
very
Toast
whatever.
is such a boss. That's what.
Such a boss.
That's such
He's
a
the boss.
80s, 90s.
You are
Word.
pretty boss.
It's true.
It's kind of 70s too. Like, didn't they say boss and say like you're so boss?
Yeah, I think boss is 70s.
Boss
Yeah.
is 70s? Like a
I
boss.
thought
But it came back.
85's, like, going...
Well, you're from Mexico. Got there late.
Isn't SNL?
Got there later than
Didn't
me.
they bring it
I
back?
didn't get there.
Like
I
a
didn't have
boss.
the space.
Boss ever
Like
throw
a
away.
boss.
Its girlfriend burned him.
Go
Yeah.
away. So yes, the show is closing, and then we did the Kickstarter. So I brought a couple of.
Oh boy,
You magnetize or no?
that's awesome.
You did a magnetize like with the cross eyes, right? Like the ones that on
With-
the Kickstarter.
Like it's been magnetized, so it's
yeah,
dead.
like the fuck one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
There you go.
You're never gonna know what's in there because it's been magnetized.
Is Ben Goose or Maverick?
Mm.
Nice.
Well,
So
I
those are
wouldn't
from the
really say you're a
Kickstarter, right?
Goose
These are
or
from the
Maverick.
Kickstarter,
Right.
so
Only
we can-
available for the Kickstarter.
Yes. Well, so I
Who
did.
said-
I
who am I
did a
then?
few extra ones for this thing, so we could sell a couple of these.
I can't fly.
You're Meg Ryan.
No.
Take me to
Ryan-
bed or lose me forever.
Was Meg Ryan the other girl in that?
That's Goose's wife.
Oh
Ugh.
yeah.
No.
I watched a lot of 80s
I don't
movies.
want to be Meg Ryan.
I'm kidding.
Nobody wants to be Meg Ryan. Not even Meg Ryan wants
I
to be
think
Meg
Victoria.
Ryan.
Ow!
Sorry.
It's
How
okay.
about that too?
It's okay.
Be careful with that.
That's live television
That's
for you guys.
So how many of these did you bring?
Get
Oh,
you back.
I
this
brought
is
one
the-
normal
Oh, no,
one,
it's okay.
which
One
is
normal.
the and then I brought two of the Kickstarter only variants.
the obsolete Vince.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you want to just take like $10 each for the obsolete?
Are you okay with that?
That's
That's a
fine with
deal.
me.
That would be
man.
amazing.
And if somebody else, if one of those people wants to kick in
Who's
another
the-
5, they can also have a normal one.
Nice. No, it's
So
no,
it's
no,
a
no. Oh,
good-
that's all.
Good toy break
I cut
deal.
myself. No.
So a single one will be 10, and then the pair will
Yeah,
be
so
15.
All right, so
Oh, life.
first person to say 10 will get the obsolete Vince.
Ben Ryan.
No.
Goose died.
Caitlin. Oh, Caitlin Debbie. Hi, Caitlin. Yes, I did
Hi.
see Umi's, or is it Did I ever say it right? I think it's
Meh.
Umi's Geek Walk. I thought it was adorable. Unfortunately, I just don't have the funds to buy every Ewok that I want to buy, but I do
Ooh.
love it. I think they're doing another run, so I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. I really like it.
Oh,
And
the
when I
Geek
got
Walk.
it, the day it came out, it was like sold out almost immediately.
That's my show. If you're around LA today,
Oh,
Oh,
you can set it up in the.
sorry, Brandon. Carlos took your job.
Yeah. You were sleeping.
Take a
you
few.
look very happy.
Take a few minutes and acclimate and get some
I'm good. I'm
some
back. I'm back
caffeine.
in the flow.
I'm back.
in the saddle again.
I'm back.
So what else do we have on the docket for today? Who else is? What exciting luminaries are coming by?
I don't know because
Spanky's
Scott's
gonna
supposed
come
to
by.
back.
Okay.
Spanky's supposed to come by.
Scott and Luke, yeah.
Yeah.
Nathan might come back around 3. He said.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, I hope George is doing his pick. I
Bob
hope
will probably be back.
What happened
yeah.
with the whole Bob thing? Where did he go and give away the ticket? I saw that whole setup.
The first time he was here, can we say where he went?
He
Yeah,
went to
he
Umami.
went to Umami Burger,
Oh.
but apparently nobody made it there in time.
Oh.
Or maybe nobody in LA was watching right then.
And were the other tickets found?
We
The
should have
hidden
gone and
tickets?
gotten a ticket. What?
I know there was one in Hollywood at some sort of funny spot, and I was like,
What was that?
Hollywood. Oh, like the Improv or
The baby
something.
I would
cartoon
assume
show?
it was one of the
But
comedy
it's
clubs.
Dr. Sketchy. Sorry, Dr.
What's in
Sketchy's
Hollywood? Which one's in Hollywood?
ticket
The
to the
Improv
show.
Olympic.
Could be at I.O. Could be at whatever
Isn't
the other
there
one
a
is.
Laugh Factory?
Yeah, it's an. Yeah, I guess you could
Kind
consider
of
that
counts
Hollywood. I wonder if he meant like in Hollywood or on Hollywood Boulevard.
Oh, I think he said in Hollywood.
It's got to be Improv Olympic.
Hollywood!
That's probably the only one.
Or or UCB. UCB's right up there
more
too.
Welcome back, Smack.
Silver Lake or whatever.
I gotta ask,
Ask.
are you really a Giants fan, or is that
Of course I'm a Giants fan.
really?
Good God.
Good God, man! Take that back.
I think we didn't we number one in interceptions this year? Yes!
Hey, his brother's in the Super Bowl.
His brother's in the Super Bowl. He had to like leave space for brother to get a shot since he's been carrying home so many trophies.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
What? I mean, what other quarterback has won more Super Bowls in the recent past? I believe it is
Sports.
Eli Manning of the Giants.
Football.
Correct?
Can't do football.
Until you have, until Tom Brady
I wish I
wins
had
another
sports to
one,
talk
or
about.
Peyton gets off his ass
Hockey?
and wins another one. And
Hockey.
So really, do we ever talk about hockey? You
No,
just
we
go,
don't.
Oh, hockey.
So
But I love hockey.
Or, oh wow, the Kings won. That's crazy.
now,
Yeah, we haven't
correct me if
been
I'm
doing
wrong,
so
Or why are
well.
they
Did-
playing at Dodger Stadium?
didn't we see one of your
It's-
characters
yeah, it's
wearing
the,
a Jets
ice thing.
It's
It's actually happening today.
donut,
That's
right?
right?
yeah, I
that's
did a
right.
Rex
I
Ryan
don't
piece
understand. Are
for
they
the
icing
show,
over
and
Dodger
I,
Stadium?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
I-
putting an ice rink in
I
there.
understand
how
why.
can you
Why
not
aren't they
love
at the
Rex
Kings
Ryan?
Stadium?
It's a special
like
I
the
don't like it.
event.
most amusing
Also,
coach
why?
of all time.
Oh, he's
You know,
Although I think they
Yeah.
are Dippin' Dots
And
there.
the Jets are such a glorious train wreck. You can never want to look away.
Hey, look, we've got Mr. Toast Tough.
lives in my neighborhood.
So,
Yes, let's get back to the Mr. Toast stuff.
so we've got a $10
some
obsolete
fun
Vince, and
That
then
guy's hard to get.
we've got a $15 obsolete Vince and
standard
regular
Vince.
standard Vince. So, first person to say that they want either one of these,
Let us know which one.
and
we'll call you
just
out.
say yes, I want the $10 one, or
You have to say it
yes,
in
I
that
want
voice?
the $15 one. Yes,
Okay.
right in that voice.
Let me ask you, Dan. So did you have... Was it more interesting for you to do the more pop culture related
I'm taking
show?
one of these $10 ones. So
There it is, $10
Done?
off the thing. So
Well-
it's just the
Thank you,
pair for
Clay.
15. Or if you really don't want to buy both, you could just buy the one other obsolete for.
No, you have to buy both.
You have to buy
You
both
have to buy both.
for 15.
Did you have not necessarily more fun, but was it more interesting to do the pop culture related stuff versus the anything like
Initially,
kind of random?
initially for the show, it was going to be all TV and movies.
I mean, it almost was.
No, it really wasn't.
I thought it seemed like
felt
it was.
like it, but it probably was only about a third.
No.
Yeah,
No.
probably
it
was.
wasn't.
I honestly felt, it was less TV and movies this time than the first show.
What?
There was
No
there was
way.
way more. There was
Yeah,
way
there was
more.
a lot
Oh
more.
yeah, there's way more.
Yeah, more movies.
Way more. But it was probably only about a third.
Would you do a sketch
Sure.
for Smack if he bought the 15? Okay, Smack. Done.
No, ask Dan. Don't just
Well,
say
he
yes.
just said
Yeah.
yes.
What do you want a sketch of?
I thought Ben was just saying, oh yeah.
I'll do a sketch on the back of one of these
Artist.
OMFGs,
Big art.
and so it has to fit on there, and it has to
We
be
filmed it
somewhat
while you were gone.
within the realm of my drawing possibilities.
Oh, yeah.
So it can't
I
be,
do tune in every
the
now
Mona Lisa making out with,
Why would you do that? Don't
Oh.
do that.
with,
You can't draw that?
with
Go to
Ben.
sleep. Just, did you sleep?
Can you make that happen?
No. Can't have it. Close your mouth, Ben. Lord. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Tired of looking at your
don't know.
teeth.
I think the talking, close your mouth, not like
Oh.
physically like, hey, you slack jaw person.
Thought he was like, you.
Hey,
okay.
Sling Blade, close your mouth.
So yeah, I think only about a third, maybe a third of the pieces in the show were
Whoa,
TV and
this
movie
just
related.
got weird.
And the reason why I did that was so many people like different aspects of Mr. Toast, and if I just did all TV and movie, I think some people would be kind of like, oh,
Let down.
yeah, we want more of the fun ones, the sweet ones, the ones
Everything,
where
a
it's
mix.
pithy and yeah. So that's
I love it.
That's-
I mean, I love all your shows. I think they just get better and better every time.
thank
So, but I'm a fan, so what can I say?
So Smack
Mr.
is
Toast.
asking for zombie bacon and egg, please.
Oh. that I can do.
Joe the Egg! Shaky bacon.
But I'm having a show at Dragatomi in March.
Ooh, fun. What do you know when in March? Don't say to the 28th.
Beginning of
okay.
March. I don't know what the.
Are you gonna go up for it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Nice.
I think I can just fly up there for a day and.
Driving is way more fun. Let's
Driving.
get Scott in the car. It's fine. We've done it.
I think I can fly up there and yes. Driving. Why would you
Because
want
it's
to
really
drive?
fun to be in the car with Scott for like 6 hours.
Oh. 6? You can make it up to Sacramento in 6 hours?
6, 7. It's somewhere between 6, like 7.
What does that mean? What's the subtext of what you're saying?
There is no subtext. It's fun to be in the car with Scott for 7 hours.
Well, I mean,
We just all get loopy and we're like, stupid things we're saying, lamp.
chances are I would not be going up there with Scott.
But we can get Scott to go.
Okay.
George and I could go. It'll be fun. We'll make a road trip.
Yeah. This is gonna happen.
Smack also says thank you.
So yes, so I'm doing that show, and then I'm gonna have another show up at Screaming Sky in the later part of the year.
Oh, nice.
So it's lots of art shows.
Clay, I don't think we have any more
I think the plushie sold.
Plushies are gone already.
That's how fast things move. Boom.
Wait, which one's Clay?
Zako.
Oh, okay.
So you took the thing and Smack has the. That's it. Smack. I'm trying to keep track of this.
Good.
I hope we're doing it well. By the way, some of your words indecipherable. I think you were getting really sleepy.
How could you guys be getting
I was
sleepy?
enjoying the chick. I was like, I don't know, Ferdinand? You can open it and look at it.
We're running through the goodies. See what the
We
last-
are running through the good. We have more goodies
The
though.
last goodie I brought is I brought a painting.
That's awesome.
So I did these monkeys for the show, and they're spray paint. And initially, I had them all saying "kiss my ass," and then at a certain point, I started each different colored monkey said a different thing, and so I only made one of these "kiss my ass" monkeys in brown. So this is one of a kind. Blah blah blah.
Blah, blah,
That's
blah.
awesome.
Blah, blah, blah.
Blah blah blah.
And it's like a new kind of thing that you're doing with the spray paint.
With
You know,
spray
it's
paint.
A different, it's
So
a different.
Sort of a fun way. So it's 12 by 12 inches. Can be hung on your wall, or
You guys want it.
would probably go good in your bathroom.
What do you retail these usually at?
At the gallery, we're selling those for $60.
Whoa.
So we'll start this one at $20.
Whoa.
Wow, 20? That's it?
Only
$20.
20?
That's where we're going to start.
All right, starting
This
bid.
this is an actual bid as opposed to.
Okay, so this is up for auction. $20 starting at. Who will pay $20 to kiss my ass? No, wait. I mean for kiss my ass.
That
wah,
still
wah,
Shush.
wah.
Shush, Peanut Gallery.
She's doing humor. Doing humor.
Somebody asked if I got my Skeletor paint print framed yet. I have not. I have several things I need to get framed. I do love that print though.
We got 20.
It's pretty awesome.
Do I hear 25?
You have 20 already.
Travis is in for 20.
Not suitable for your daughter. Daughter can't say.
We
kiss
have
my ass.
25. Do I hear
She's gonna
30?
say, oh, Jolie, 25. It's getting good, folks. It's getting good.
Like he said, it's not suitable for my daughter, but he bid on it anyway.
Oh, I like to hear that.
Well, why do you guys assume that it's going to be somewhere his daughter can see it?
Just would imagine anywhere in the house.
How do you know it's going to be in the house?
You can give it to her on her 16th birthday.
Maybe it's in their bedroom. Maybe it's at his work. Why are you assuming?
Have fun in college.
Kiss my ass.
Yeah, I got this for you
Here's
on
what
toy,
you
Brandy.
get.
There you
Good
go.
luck. Good luck at college. This is all you get. That and a kick in the ass.
Yeah, that's about right.
Da, 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 da,
You know what's
da,
funny is with the
da.
delay, somebody said Goonie, and I don't remember what I said.
It was funny.
It was really good, though.
I remember it
And I
being funny.
appreciate that. Best
Toss
bathroom
me
people.
there's a red Sharpie over there, I believe.
Thanks, Steve.
Ah!
Oh, God.
Oh, do you want to get in over here?
And we have 30.
Okay.
We have 30.
Jake the Jailbird.
You want me to
Do
slide?
I
The
hear
Jailbird.
35?
I'm
35,
thinking-
35,
I'm getting
35. Do I
interested.
hit 35?
I'm so punchy right
That's the
35?
best times.
now. Yeah, where's my hat? Where's my helmet?
Everyone's getting punchy. Just how we like it.
Is that a new character, Punchy?
Everyone's getting punchy.
So what's going on with who's doing new Kickstarters? Is OMFG doing it?
OMFG is about to go up very soon.
Yes.
It'll be
And
the
that's-
most ambitious and expensive OMFG project yet.
Really?
Well, costs have gone up ridiculously. It's not even.
Now, have
And
you?
we have more complicated figures that we're doing this time around.
I mean, I for the customs stuff for my things, it used to be about $300. My last customs and inspection was $900. They
How are you
charge.
getting pulled for customs so much?
I mean, that's like, entry fee, all those,
Oh,
and,
not
and-
being pulled. You're shut.
But I got pulled too. It was four. I think it was $350 or $400
Yeah, it was $400 last time.
for
we were
them
pulled.
to drag
them-
my boxes out and
Well,
open a
Basically,
box.
they're like, we pay that too.
yeah.
Hmm.
They're like, we need to look at your thing. We're gonna mess up the box, retape it, maybe take some of the crap out of it, and oh yeah, here's a bill for $400.
Yes, it's. I mean,
Possibly for multiple bills for different boxes that they've opened.
Is that stateside?
Yeah.
yeah.
Do they
You
do
never-
that randomly though, or
You've never been pulled?
We've been pulled there.
There?
We got hung up there on the way out.
That's very bizarre.
Wow,
with
that's
our,
weird.
With our second wave.
Really?
Of weapons, yeah.
So yeah, it's just when you're adding on 400 plus, like all the other things have gone up, so it's like $900. It's tripled.
Mm-hmm.
In the course of about 4 years.
Well,
And
also shipping in general has gone up. I'd say at least about 50%.
I haven't noticed any increase in sea shipping.
Oh really?
Yeah,
No.
Yeah, if you get on the boat, it's not that bad.
No, it's
If
super
you're
Our
cheap.
shipping's
flying
gone
over,
up.
It's pretty bad.
No.
But we also have a lot of things that other people don't have, like a continuous bond and things, because we do so much
just going to
importing.
be
And,
cheaper to make toys in the U.S.? No.
No.
it's
we
not
will
that
never.
it's cheaper. It's some of the processes are not. We're not
Allowed.
capable of using them in the U.S.
Yes.
Too toxic. There it is. There's your zombie.
Smack! Look at it. It's amazing.
35.
35 on the
Email
painting. All right.
Do I hear 40?
Going up. It's going up. Yeah, so there's all these little things that go in.
Yeah. So you guys have to raise more money to
It's
sort
going to
of
be
pull
more
it
money.
off.
We're keeping the price the same.
Yeah.
Hopefully, adding a few new incentives or more incentives, and hopefully we can just get enough people. I think we can. I think there's enough, and this series is really strong.
Yeah.
I think people
Well, have you noticed a gradual increase?
very gradual.
Very gradual.
Well, I think it was 4 something for the first 400 and something for the first one. The last one was like 536, 546.
Yeah.
So it's a little increase, but a lot of people wait to get them after the Kickstarter too. So hopefully those people will jump on board during the Kickstarter, which I don't know why you wouldn't, because basically you're still saving money on shipping with the Kickstarter.
Yeah.
So if you want that stuff anyway, go
Yeah.
Kickstarter.
I mean that
OTMG Mr. Toast series.
OTMG. Well, maybe I'll talk to you guys at some point about at least doing maybe a figure.
Yeah.
I want to do a Darth Bacon figure at some point.
Ooh.
I was going to try and do something for this art show, but I just never got off my ass. And
Whole mini-series.
a whole mini-series?
Yeah.
Ooh, little blind box series. Have you thought? Are you thinking about a new Kickstarter in the near future?
Maybe.
Is there anywhere else to get toys done besides China? Yeah, Japan.
You can you can have toys made in any country in the world. It's what toy do you want to have made? And what are you considering a toy? There's plenty. We could definitely do like plush stateside. Although even some of the stateside plush, they say, "Oh yeah, made in the USA," but actually the skins are made overseas in China,
Then they just stuff
and then
them
they
here?
stuff them in the U.S. and it still
Yeah.
qualifies as made in the USA, and that's
Really?
fine.
Huh.
But
okay.
it's interesting because if you're looking for a fully made in the USA product, you're not always getting that. It's very This is why you have to investigate what the people and the factories that you're working with, and the products.
Yeah, they're just that the stuff's not machines to do most of this stuff. It just doesn't exist. over there
Hasbro
anymore.
just opened a factory in the U.S. too.
Did they?
Hasbro just opened a factory, and we shall see where that goes.
It would be a good trend, certainly.
But that doesn't mean that, like, they're not quitting overseas production. They can only make and produce so much in the U.S. So we'll see what products exactly are coming out of the U.S. It'll be interesting.
Yeah, I mean,
They could
and
be just printing board game boards.
They are doing
Yeah.
it's full board games. I believe they also said they were doing injection molding though.
Yeah.
Who knows if they're doing paint, what kind of paint applications or what that'll be like. So many questions to answer on future toy breaks, I hope.
so many questions.
So many questions.
So many questions.
When
So
you
many.
do Series 4 Kickstarter, will you make a pledge level with Series 1 through 4 in flesh? I missed out on that colorway. Well, too bad. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We usually do like a starter set, sort of a pledge level, so I have to double check on where we're at with stock-wise, but we should be doing something like that. So yes, Jake the Jailbird, which also, awesome name if you're referencing Blues Brothers. If you're not referencing Blues Brothers,
Get it. So what was so with the last OMFG? How much did you guys raise?
what was the last one? 15 something? 16 something?
16,000.
Yeah.
Nice.
But we have to go over 20,000 for this series.
Whoa.
I know.
Oh my God.
I don't like I hate putting like this is what we need to have, but that's how much the costs have been raised. One, by the more complex figures, which requires a second tooling, and two,
Oh, you need
General
a second,
costs.
second block for them. Yeah, that's what gets you is that extra block. Yeah.
and it's a I mean we've worked with a few of our artists, and like I mean we could dumb down all the designs
Sure.
into which on one hand very cool because it's like sort of retro style.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, this is the artist vision, you know, the collaboration that we've already agreed on. This is what we, the artist, and, you know, the people who are interested and voted on want produced.
Sure.
So we've gone back and forth on how to lower costs, and this is just what we ended up with, is we have to present the hype. We've gotten it down as low as we can. This is what we have to go with.
Now, have you found that you've slowly increased your fan base with these?
Yeah, definitely.
So you have,
Oh, yeah.
and is the fan base increased through the Kickstarter, or actually, let me rephrase that. Because of the Kickstarter, have you seen an increase in the fan base through the retailing of them?
We have seen an increase in the retail. I don't know if I'd say it's because of the Kickstarter.
No, but I mean,
Oh.
because you do the Kickstarter, you're able to put more of these into retail, or
Yes.
just put these into retail. And then have you seen, like, after the first series, sort of pushback from the people that have discovered them in retail being involved in the Kickstarter ones? Or is there
Very
any
small,
way to
a small percentage.
small percentage? So
Small percentage, yes.
so the people
people are
that
gradual.
know
It's
about
very
it
gradual.
for the most part are the people that continue to support it. You haven't just by the nature of it existing found a whole new audiences.
not yet.
Not yet.
I think we either haven't reached them or they're not there. But we, like I
Yeah.
said, we do a reasonable, you know, amount of retail afterwards. And it also, you know, we have great retailers like 3D Retro, if they would ever put it on their site. You know, have exclusives for things like Series 2 and Series 3.
Oh, Ben.
Thank you.
Ben, oh. God bless 3D Retro.
Indeed, God bless 3D Retro.
It's a whole it's funny to sort of because that's what when I did my when I Kickstarter I wondered, you know, if I was going to draw out a new crowd of people. And yes,
The new crowd is hard. That's what
you
it's
have
hard.
you have a percentage that comes aboard, but you don't have, you know, it's not 50% old time fans and 50% of these new people that are excited and interested. It's crossing over and finding new audience right now is really hard.
Is it possible to get a sketch on the OMFG header card from Mr. Toast for $5?
Is this with something else?
I think we've been
I
selling.
think they're all going for $10. Tony.
Yeah, at least $10.
Yeah.
I hate
Just-
to be a stickler, but it just I don't want to devalue anybody's time or work.
Yes, and you know, since they have
Oh.
to be shipped and dealt with that way, blah blah blah.
Sorry,
15.
roasted caps. Series 3. What is the Series 3 15 627? I don't know what that means.
So you guys did 15 on the first one.
Oh, the
13
I
on the
thought you were
second
saying
one, and 15 on the third one.
15,000. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Ghost Target. Thank you for looking that up.
Oh, wow.
Those are all the numbers.
Wait, Ghost.
All hypercolor.
Stereotyped.
Yeah, what about Rainbow Swirl? Have you done any figures like that?
Production?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the problem with swirling,
It
yes.
doesn't work well?
You can't do it on the OMFG. They're too small and dense. When you swirl them, it just becomes poop brown.
Oh, all the colors just automatically mix and you're done.
Yeah, it's poop brown.
Boo.
If it's a little bit larger with a more surface area to work with,
then
you can get a really cool swirl effect. And there's definitely some in the Glios universe already and stuff like that. What else has a cool swirl effect?
Emanix asking if...
I think we're at 35, right?
Yeah, we're
We're
at
at 35.
35.
Do we want to call it at 35? That's fine with me.
Let's do one last call. Emanix at 35. If next bid up is 40. Anybody?
Super Bowl ad? Yeah, we'll get right on the Super Bowl ad.
Well, I think they had that whole competition. They had a whole competition. No, it was Doritos. It was Doritos for the Super Bowl.
I don't know what this.
I think that
Oh,
maybe
make
what
the
he's-
commercial.
Yeah.
The best one.
Yeah.
One of
Oh,
those
You have to
okay.
make a Doritos commercial.
for the Super Bowl.
With OMFG in it.
Yeah.
Oh, with OMFG.
Yeah.
Huh?
Unfortunately, I think it's a
I think
little
it's
late.
over. I'm sure isn't Super Bowl like a minute away?
You do an OMFG series that's flocked in Doritos yellow.
Oh, that'd be
Just smell
Rubs
it.
off on your
Just smell
fingers.
it.
Yeah, and then it's scented like Doritos.
Doritos
Yeah.
into
When you crack open the
Did you say we're
bubble,
calling it on the painting?
get all that Doritos goodness.
We're gonna give it a
Doritos
minute.
Okay,
off-gassing.
give it 1 minute.
You're gonna have 1 minute.
Somebody else said something. I think expanding into new mediums might help with growing audience, comics, animation, etc. True.
That's true.
Where do we get the money to make an animation?
Where you get all the money out of your pocket generally.
Oh, I don't have any money in my pocket.
I know. That's unfortunately the sad thing, which
I mean, I'd love to do all that. I'm sure you would love to do all that.
well,
You
that's
kind of do a lot of that.
that's the thing with the new economic paradigm is that like I wouldn't be able to do it. The only reason I got to do a new doll last year was because of Kickstarter.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Which is fantastic.
and you know I piggybacked my other doll for Comic-Con with that one at the same time, so I was able to save
Zombie bacon.
save a little bit of shipping. I guess Zombie Bacon was last year, wasn't it? I was thinking Super Toast was.
Oh.
I almost brought one of the new ones
See,
with
this is
me.
how big a fan I am.
Almost brought the new Mr. Toast exclusive with me, but I didn't.
Yeah, well, you can come back.
And it's a Mr. Toast doll.
Well, you're welcome to come over
What?
anytime.
What? What?
Look how sad you made Ben.
Oh, don't be sad, little bit. I'll send you one.
Don't be sad, little Ben. Send it home, FG. We can make it smell like grape.
Can you? Can you do that?
Yeah.
I could do that.
Yeah, Jesse did that. Colgrim smelled like strawberries. Smelled like strawberry shortcake.
It didn't smell as strong as I wanted it. I
No.
wanted more.
Oh my God!
strong,
It
yeah.
didn't smell strong enough. I
It
sent
smell
it
like
back.
organic strawberries. It's just
Yeah.
like regular
Fake
white.
strawberry scent.
That's right, though. You're right. He did.
Painted it like
No flocked OMFG. No, that's just a dust magnet, and it's gonna get dirty, and nobody's gonna want it. Poop.
People don't like flocked things.
I don't, because it's just a dirt magnet.
That wasn't my question.
Oh.
I said people.
Oh, I don't know what other people like. I know what I like.
We call the painting.
We're calling it.
Calling it.
Calling
Time
it
of death.
sold.
Boop, boop.
Ematic, you know what to do. info@toybreak.com. $35. Make a note.
What we
Yay, it's yours! This is yours! It's going to be in your bathroom, and you will look at it while you are pooping!
Well then. All right.
Send a photo.
Not of you pooping, of you looking at it
Thank you,
in your
Ben.
bathroom.
yes.
Did you write it down? Oh, thank you. Did you write it down?
There it is.
Boom.
There it is.
And with that,
Note.
I'm going to go get some caffeine.
You're
Noted.
gonna go get caffeine.
Yes.
Some
Okay.
bacon.
Can
bacon.
you... Did you write
Bacon.
it down?
Bacon. Bacon.
Nice.
Bacon.
Bacon. I'm just craving bacon.
We got the bowls. We got the bacon.
Not because of Mr. Bacon.
You can crave
Real
bacon. It's okay.
Like the real food.
Do you want something hot, Ben, or...
Oh, no, I was going to finish my
Okay.
mochaccino latte thingy in the fridge.
Okay, well, I will let you out.
I'll
Thank
get
you.
that.
Wow.
Do not.
Oh.
Worry.
He was asking
I think
if
Ben
you
will.
sign it.
I think it's signed on the back already.
I believe it is signed on the back.
And numbered.
Oh,
My wife wanted blank
Oh,
happens.
no, I have an open one.
It is already
Oh, you got it?
signed. Boom.
Yes. I do a. Can we curse on this show?
Yeah, go for it.
I did one of these where it says "shit happens" and it's a roll of toilet paper.
Because it does.
Ah, it's a funny joke. So what's the deal with these pillows? You're selling these pillows.
We're selling these. Aren't these great?
Where do these pillows come from?
They come from Sofa King Ralph.
They come from Sofa King Ralph,
Yeah.
and he makes these.
Yeah.
And you
Aren't
ordered
they
these,
great? Well, I
or he
ordered.
sent these to you,
Yes.
so that you could promote.
He brought them over. He hand delivered them.
Wow.
I know, fancy, huh? So for $30, a mere $30, you could have a custom printed Toy Break pillow, so that your couch becomes a Toy Break couch.
And then you can film your own toy break. You can be.
I
Are you
would
guys
love
gonna
people to
license
do
the
that.
idea?
I would love people to film more.
Toy Break Brazil, Toy Break
Yes.
East Coast,
Yes, we're gonna have franchises everywhere, all over the world.
and then you get licensing fees from that. Maybe that's the.
Maybe that's the
Maybe
thing.
that's the business model.
That's the thing to do.
Yes, just like what's his name was saying about the Dr. Sketchies. It's like, I assume he licensed or whatever, that whole thing.
Crabtree. What's her name?
I don't
Started
know.
it. So she started it in New York. I don't actually know if you license it or if you just sort of like contact them and say, "Hey, I want to do this," and they go, "Yeah, okay."
Hmm.
Because I mean, you must license. There must be a
I
percentage.
would think you would have to send them some sort
Molly.
of licensing
Molly
fee.
Crabtree. Crabapple. Crab something.
Molly Crabapple?
Mrs. Crabapple.
Crabapple?
What?
Crab apple?
Crabapple.
We're having crab apples.
Would you like some crab apples?
I've
Do you know
tried them
Carlos?
before, like their
What?
flavor.
You know Carlos? Did you mean? Carlos?
No.
Dan?
Ton
Dan?
of times,
Dan?
every
Okay.
time it's like, what's up, man?
No, I don't think you've ever met.
Toy Break Australia. Do you take commissions, Mr. Toast? Travis wants to know.
Well, I can do these OMFG cards.
They're pretty fun, little backer cards.
Someone we've
Is somebody
already. I
sitting?
did this one.
Are
I
you sitting,
did.
Carlos?
I did this one. I think we're selling them for 10.
You can move that over.
So you get to say a little something like, "I want zombie bacon and egg" or something.
Ooh,
Actually, this one
somebody
goes
asked an
with that
interesting question. Absolutely Kathy said, "What toys do you love that are geared towards girls?" I don't believe any
None.
toys should be geared towards girls or boys.
Oh my God! How can you say that?
Gender neutral toys.
Well, because why are you limiting things? Well, I'm not saying you are, Kathy, by any means.
It's geared. They're not saying limiting. We
there's-
exist in a
I
world
like
of-
My Little Pony.
There you go. That's a girl's toy.
Those are cool.
Why don't you like it?
Because I'm a boy.
You know, brony? He's
You
a
see what he
secret
did there?
brony.
And that's the whole thing is you don't have to completely gender neutral things, but
I agree.
you still, I mean, there's a reason why little girls like pink.
Not all little
'Cause
girls
you're
like
taught.
pink.
There's a reason why the larger percentage of little girls like pink.
You know,
they said,
around
like,
the
they
turn of the
told.
century in 1900s, it was actually switched, and little girls were generally dressed in light blue, and little boys were generally dressed in pink.
That's
I think they
horrible.
like pink. I think
Like
they like pink
Victorian?
because their parents say,
It's
like,
just,
you're a
it's
girl.
different time, different,
So why do little girls like pink?
Because they're told
because
so.
they're told
'Cause
to.
they're
So
told
you're a
to.
girl and you should like pink, and you're a boy, you should like blue. That's it.
So what do we need to do?
We don't need to necessarily need to do anything.
We just
Getting a
Toys are toys. I agree,
theological
Caitlin.
Jezebel debate here.
Start a revolution.
yeah.
We need to start a revolution.
But that's the thing. Exactly what you
We
said,
like
though.
gray and
You shouldn't
black.
necessarily make everything. They're all going to be yellow and gray, and they're going to be, gender neutral,
green.
or green. I'm not saying we have to do that by any means. But there are some toys out there, and I don't hate Barbie. I don't hate any of these things. But sometimes I walk down like the girls section, and I'm like, you've got to be kidding
dumb.
me.
It's dumb. Those
Is that
brats.
stripper Barbie?
Those
Like,
brats.
what am I looking
Have
at?
you seen those
I
brats?
love stripper Barbie.
Math
Get
is
out.
hard.
Math is hard. But she was an astronaut for Career Barbie last year.
See?
I never looked at Barbie when I was a kid and thought, well, if Barbie can do it.
I should do it.
Of course, I was the one playing with, like, Scarlet and He-Man, so...
What is Scarlet?
From G.I. Joe. She was my favorite.
Oh, Scarlet from G.I. Joe.
I preferred Scarlet. Well,
Hey, Stone Hero 1?
what?
That's another.
Wait, why are you staring at me, Brian?
It's late.
It's early.
Girl toys. The only, like, super girly toys I really like My Little Pony, but again, I'm really a fan of the cartoon, and I think because you think it's really girly, but then you watch it and you're like, this is kind of a good cartoon.
Yeah.
You know, but I'd say the same about Turtles. I'd say, yeah, you think it's for boys, but it's just a good cartoon. It's funny.
Yes, and I mean a lot of the adult Turtles hardcore fans are girls. It's more girls than guys.
Really?
Mm-hmm. If you get the really, from what I've seen of the really hardcore
interesting.
Turtles
Think
fans
about
that
who's
sort
the
of
main human character.
that sort of identify as
It's a
fans
girl.
that have meetups. I mean, I think there's
Like the
I-
bronies, you know? They like
I think there's a ton. You know, I'm
ladies.
sure there's a million boys too, but I mean, I think that there's a sort of secondary group that's like this hardcore female group that sort of attaches to each other. You know,
Purple's in the middle. Let's all like purple.
Yeah.
all like.
Toy break purple.
But I think
Tell it.
I think you're right about cartoons breaking down those roles more than anything at this point, because although they're you have Disney princesses and all that, cartoons there's such a wide array that's instantly available to all children. Children can just choose now, as opposed to them sort of being pigeonholed.
Here's an interesting question. So we all watch toys. We all watched.
We all watch toys.
We all watched cartoons at some point in our lives, or still watch cartoons.
I had a friend who didn't ever watch cartoons. Didn't know who
Did-
Yogi Bear was.
Was he one of the
Really?
kids that grew up without a TV? Like the parents were like, no TV.
I think they watched some TV, but he just never watched any cartoons.
Really?
No cartoons.
Is he an interesting person?
Totally normal guy.
Really?
But, I mean, within reason.
Well,
no
maybe
cartoons.
he's like, what?
Okay, back to your question.
Okay, so my question. What kind of a mix of cartoons did you watch? Because like you said, you kind of pick and choose what you watch. So did you watch more what you would consider boy cartoons?
Well, you see, I'm
Like,
way,
did you watch She-Ra? Well,
I'm
you're
way
old.
older than most of you. So
You actually had more gender-neutral cartoons, I think.
Yeah, like
No?
Top Hat.
I'm not that old.
No, but all those cartoons are very neutral.
I didn't grow up on
Well,
Top
okay,
Cat.
give me some of your favorite cartoons.
The certainly the first one I remember was Hong Kong Phooey. So that was like 72 or something.
That's pretty gender-neutral.
Well, I mean,
How
They're
about
not
Underdog? Gender-neutral.
that's not
Sweet Pie
underdog
Progress.
gender neutral. It's the
Yeah.
that's the exact opposite of gender
Girls
neutral.
love Underdog.
But I mean, there you have the male protagonist always saving the female
But it doesn't matter
character.
the content. Oh, I thought we were talking about fans. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
fan-wise, I mean, yeah, of course, when I grew up, you had 3 options for
That's true.
cartoons.
And you
know,
had to get up and change the channel by going to the TV
by,
and flipping the
like,
dial.
2, 4, and 7.
Sad.
That's so sad to think about having to get off of your couch and do something.
I don't understand.
Flip through the 3 channels. Oh,
And then remember the
That's why
changer
parents
that
had
like-
kids. They're like, go flip the channel. I'm like, damn it.
makes sense.
The clicker.
The clicker.
We just
And
one
then
big
you-
button, and all it did was
Mighty
change the channel.
Mouse.
Yeah, you tune
Didn't
in.
adjust the volume, didn't turn the TV on or off. It just moved the channels up.
Not down, just up.
Yeah. It would just cycle through.
Oh, the cuties they're talking about in the chat room. Those are the, they're like the muscle men, the girly muscle men, right? The minifigs. They're in like
Yeah, right?
crazy like dancer, kickboxer poses. They're not kickboxers, but, and they came in like neon colors.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Were they
Actually-
made for the show? Like the...
Was there a show?
remember- Yeah, no, it was... Yeah, it was like a wrestler show, and they were rap.
Are you
Yeah,
thinking
the
about
girls.
Glow?
Yeah, it's not, sorry.
You're thinking about.
Yeah,
there's
well-
a really good documentary on Netflix about
I
Glow.
saw it.
You
It's
saw it?
pretty
Me
cool.
too. Of course you did, because we're the same person.
Actually, Dave Pressler on his blog was talking about character design, and he was like, you have male character can just be line and 2 eyes, but female character has to be hairdo or sort
Eyelashes.
of eyelashes. That's I always do it with eyelashes,
You have to.
or bow and hair, or whatever other, whatever else you can get away with on that. And yeah, it's like I can't get away with that on my characters
You
because
could
it
try.
would look really weird.
A little bacon.
But male is sort of the gender neutral, and female is sort of some sort of sexual characteristics.
Interesting.
And he was sort of making the point that they all that society sort of forces in that direction, but it's like unless you put those eyelashes on there, how are, or you have the voice, you have to do something.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know.
And then you have to look at it now. There's 2 aspects to all this. There's the social aspect and there's the business aspect. Because
Yes.
let's take a big glaring example is Lego introduced the Friends line
The friend.
a
Okay.
year, 2 years ago now, I
What
think.
is that?
So it's a line of Lego aimed at girls. It's clearly aimed at girls. Now, as a person who enjoys Lego, I love that it gave us a whole bunch of new colors.
Sure.
But the
And I'm
figures
like,
are kind of
sweet.
shitty.
The Friends minifigs, can't stand them. Hate them.
They're horrible.
Hate them.
The
Don't
pets
like
are
'em.
kind of cute. They did Nerf for girls. I just saw it the other day, and it's this shitty version of Nerf with like some tribal purple things around, and
What?
instead of like a lot of darts, they just give you 2. So it's like a little handgun. Have fun.
Derringer.
Yeah, it's like a dude. Yeah, it like don't even get the full thing. It's just get
Now, is
2
it in a
shots
separate aisle or is it in the Nerf
and
aisle?
the girly aisle.
See, that's what Lego did too. Now, here's the thing.
And it's yeah.
On one hand, you say, well, no, that's clearly towards girls and lame, blah, blah, blah. Now, from a business perspective, Lego just expanded from 1 building block aisle to 2 aisles.
True.
Yeah.
Now,
exactly.
now kids and parents who weren't looking at the Lego aisle are
Now
like,
they look at
hey, look at that.
we should
Oh
check
yeah,
the other
Lego's
side.
footprint in any store, and most Toys R Us's have now built out a Lego pavilion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where
The
they've
three-
got
the
an
3 aisle
entire-
thing?
Yeah, it's this
entire
this
thing.
whole big, huge, wall to wall with 2 or 3 islands in the middle of it.
Yeah.
They're about shoulder
So
height.
business-wise, it's a great
yeah,
move.
They're killing it.
But
Aileen's talking about is like they forget the pavilion. They've gone into where the dolls are now.
Oh yeah.
But
And
it's
then-
an interesting. But socially, what does that mean for us? Now, maybe it means nothing. Maybe it's just marketing, and that's it. Maybe it's indicative of people returning to staunch gender roles in society. I don't know. I'm
Well,
not.
I don't know if I brought this up here before, but a
How
friend
many
of mine,
people?
his kid,
How many people?
I don't know how old he is now, but at a certain point when he was like 9 or 10, he's a boy, was still buying my Little Pet Shop.
Oh,
Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
And
they're super cute.
they're super cute,
Those
but
are
what
really
they
cute.
said was at a certain
right.
point,
Blocks and
it
stuff.
initially it's boys and girls that buy it, but then at a certain point, when the boys get to be 7 or 8, they start collecting in secret. And I mean they whoever Hasbro whoever makes it,
Yeah, yeah.
they know this. And through marketing or whatever. So if a boy gets to be a certain age, he has to start collecting it in secret. Just like when I was a kid, at a certain point I would never tell anyone that I still read comic books.
Right.
Because
They would think you were
Oh,
they
weird.
would think
really?
you're a complete
What?
weirdo. If you're
Yeah.
a 22-year-old reading comics at that point, as opposed to it's sort of, I know for a fact that it's freeing at this point. You can say that you read comics at any age and nobody's going to care.
Yeah, 'cause
But
there's
can you still,
worse
as a 9-year-old
things.
boy, say I collect My Little Pony?
No, not My Little
Or My Little Pet- but can you
Littlest
say either?
Littlest Pet Shop. That's what it's called, isn't it? My Littlest.
Yeah,
Littlest-
the
Littlest Pet Shop,
fluffy
that's
it.
animals,
Pet Shop.
right?
Littlest Pet Shop.
Yeah.
That's it.
So
Those are cute.
there's still that absolute barrier that is culturally built up for sure.
Do they market to the secret collectors?
I don't know.
That's
And I think
interesting.
Pokemon's a similar thing too. I think that
Does Pokemon still have? Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I think
I'm so
that
behind on
you sort of
Pokemon.
reach a
So bad.
because he was also his kid was also into Pokemon, and you could sort of tell that was a I think Pokemon's more of like an age thing, whereas after a
so much
certain
of a-
age, it's kind of weird to still be into Pokemon.
Yeah, instead
For
of doing
kids.
the toys, they do the cards, like they
Yeah.
or the video game.
Now, don't you think a lot of this has to do with the parents' influence, though? Because if you
No.
gave a kid no parent, like if a kid was just walking in the toy aisle,
But I mean that.
but I mean, kids are drawn. You're influenced by where your parents.
But they also care
like
about
and
their
where they
peers.
should-
There are other kids. Like if
That's
you see
what
them
it-
with the,
Right.
I think
they're like,
it's- I think it's
so
more peers than
yeah,
just
last
parents.
year, like
Really?
It's
you're
why,
like,
yeah.
But
Because
your parents are paying
well,
for the thing.
Yeah, but the parents nowadays have that whole every kid gets a trophy. Use your words. You
Yeah.
know, you make you get to make the decision. You
Right.
have enough
Yeah,
to
it
buy
sucks.
this, but not enough to buy. But you see it in stores all the time.
Yeah.
The kid could be 3 years old.
You
the
got
kid could be
$10.
13. You know, it's
Darn,
like the
babe.
parents are trying to appease the kids because parents don't want to parent anymore. They want to be friends. They want to be their buddy, so they want to appease them. And their peers, on the other hand, kids are mean little, they're terrible. You know, I mean, and they're they get cliquish and tribal and
Yeah,
very
That's true.
primal
Yeah.
about that kind of stuff, and it's
All right,
there's
we
so
can
much more
we
peer
can only
pressure.
play with like marbles from now on.
Yeah,
That's very
there's so much
neutral.
more peer pressure than I think there is coming from home.
Marbles.
The parents don't
Blue
care.
marbles
Yeah,
or
yeah.
pink
Because if
marbles?
you're collecting something in secret
Blue
as a
marbles or
kid,
pink marbles.
Just the cat eye, just like green and yellow and white.
Yeah, mom just cares whether or not it gets sucked up in the vacuum. You know, I mean that's
Or step on the
yeah,
Lego.
or
Or
step
do
on the
drugs.
Lego in
Yeah.
the middle of the night. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, well, unless the kid is doing something that is very gender opposite, collecting
Right,
Barbies
right.
as a boy, I'm sure.
Or
there's-
bronies collecting the ponies.
Yeah,
and
I'm
these
sure
things.
I'm sure you could have some things where the parent might be like, "This seems really out of you're buying those dolls that urinate and cry and things." I don't think there's any boy child that wants
Now,
that.
do you think that there's any little
responsibility.
girls that they're like, "Oh, I want that Tonka trunk," and the parents are like, "No, you can't have that."
Probably.
Oh yeah, I think that's
It's probably tougher for the girls actually.
yeah.
The girls probably get more limited by the parents than
Is
the
that your
boys
stomach?
do.
Thinking about that.
Are you farting, Ben?
Was that your stomach growling or your butt tucking?
No, nothing going on here.
No,
I was just thinking about what Aileen was saying about like the trucks and all that.
This says Pokemon isn't cool from grade 8 to 11, but it's cool with elementary and college.
There you go.
Yeah, it's like a middle.
Huh.
Weird.
Does anyone here have kids?
Yeah.
Man, we are all
We
a
want to
bunch
keep
of
our own
I know,
toys.
we are
We're
all
all
a
sitting
bunch
here,
of adult children.
But if
we
I have
all
a kid, I can
stopped
share my
growing-
toys.
So what age did you stop?
I
You know,
didn't.
No. Everyone stops at an age. Everyone exists at a certain age. I
Oh,
exist
oh.
as like probably 8-year-old.
No, 8.
Oh yes.
You're
Oh
so
God
smart.
yes. Well, no, it
Doesn't have
it's
to be.
doesn't have anything
You're
to
very
do with
intellectual
intelligence.
8-year-old.
But it's like not necessarily emotionally, but it's
Some sort of mental aspect.
kind of what is that sort of
Your
perfect
sense of wonder.
Yeah,
remains.
where's that sort of
Yeah.
perfect bubble you that
Oh.
exists? And I think,
That's so interesting.
all of us of an age where we probably should have children and whatever, and looks like most all
Wow,
of us
judgy,
don't.
Judgy.
Well, no, I mean,
Just kidding, I'm
we're
just
all a certain age where
kidding.
society says you should have you have children, just percentage
People are
wise.
also having kids later in life now.
Oh God.
Look at the
Yeah, it's true.
mine says.
I have so
oh,
many friends that
yours
did what
says
society told them
Look
to
at
do
that.
though, and they're
It's good.
miserable.
It's
You
true.
know, and they act like it's like they're martyring themselves by being parents and everything like that.
And they're like,
and-
nobody made you do
Yeah,
that.
yeah, you know where they come from. I mean, you're not.
Yeah,
know,
you're like
yeah.
surprise.
Yeah, I mean, but on the flip side, I know other people that are just absolutely thrilled to be parents.
Oh,
and
God,
love love their children more than life itself.
Absolutely.
So it's
extreme opposites.
Yeah. I mean, I'm at kind of that point. I'm pushing 40. I'll be 40 in 6 months, and my wife and I haven't. Even
You have horse babies.
we
You have a
talk
zebra
about it.
donkey.
We have a super donkey. Yes.
I know. What do
A
you call it?
zebra
Zonky?
donkey.
It's a zonkey.
It's a mixture
It's not
of
ours, but yeah. We have
Cool.
horses and
Super
stuff like
donkey.
that, and that takes up plenty of time. And that's
That's a lot.
nice thing about them is we don't have to send them to college. But
The thing about being an adult is you can afford more toys than you had as a kid.
Hell yeah.
oh yeah,
Good point.
yeah.
And I think a lot of us do have spent a lot of time, money, and energy,
All
you
of
know,
those things.
on those things.
thinking, collecting.
We're doing it right now.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, I think
That's why we're awake right now.
we talked about this at one point on this show, and I mean that's why you guys doing the OMFG is a
Carlos.
direct extension of your childhood.
Run.
You know.
Must have stopped around 11.
Yeah, you're probably
Or 12, I guess.
Hoodie guy, Carlos East. Yeah, that's me.
hoodie guy,
Hey, hoodie guy.
hoodie guy.
Hoodie guy from
Hoodie
the
guy.
hood.
He's
From the
hoodie guy.
hoodie guy.
$1,500 for Sarah Joe's baby. I don't think
I
that's
feel
going
like she's
to
not
happen.
going to take it.
Are we ever going to do this the chart of money again?
We can check in on that.
Yeah, let's.
You know, I mean,
maybe the difference is
roll,
like
please.
Nancy.
I was watching the show at home and I was like, when are they going to show where the money is at?
It's time to
Show
pull out the
me the
purple
money.
crayon and draw.
I want to see this forehead grease stain on the
Oh,
back.
no, you don't. Is it gone? Is it still there? On the back? Yep, there it is.
I was
Wow.
I watched that part when it happened and I
What
was
is
just
Tommy
like,
put it on his head.
if
and
I
did
did
Oh, on
that-
the nose. Yeah.
Yep.
Ooh.
I would not have pointed it out.
Right?
It looks
Takes
like
a-
microphone.
Takes a man with
Go like that, with a lot of grease.
Somebody said, yeah, it sort of sucks when my kid wants a toy and it cuts into my toy money.
Yeah, come on,
Oh
kid.
my God, yes.
You're such
We
a...
are at 3,500.
3,500.
So,
Move
So
it up
just
a
below
third.
this.
Oh,
So
Were we at
look at-
34?
Yes, you went up 100.
Yeah.
All right.
I brought
Payments
in-
are
I
still
brought in
roll. Payments are
approximately
rolling.
$100 worth of stuff.
They may not
Is
have
that
all
not
paid.
enough, Ben?
They may not have all
it's fine.
paid.
Yeah, actually, we haven't sold a lot of things. We like for the
But there's
past
also
couple-
eBay auctions to watch right now, and
oh, they're going on?
yeah, they've been going on the whole time. Yay! Now our meter's worth like a lot more money because Carlos drew on it.
Ooh, hoodie
That's
guy.
a beast meter.
Carlos
Hoodie
colors
guy.
a lot
We should
harder
all-
than
we-
you do,
Hoodie
too.
guy.
We should
I
all.
know, I like
we
that.
should have all been
I said
signing
Carlos
on the
colors
back.
a lot harder
Yeah,
than
look
you
at
do.
that.
Yes.
Like, I'm in
I was
business.
trying to like save the crayon. I'm very cheap with my crayons.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
you will
yeah.
last twice as long.
Yeah, melting it and
Got a
stuff.
long way to go on this.
You're like,
I bought crayons at the dollar store. They were horrible.
whose face leftovers are they? That was Tommy's. That was Tommy's.
Auction time.
That's such a. It's such a hard
How much-
question about the gender stuff.
How much was it last year?
Because it's also perception.
Well, I mean, you know,
8? You got 8
it's
last
it's
year?
it's a million different
No
factors
way.
that
Yeah.
you know. It's advertising, it's parents, it's peer pressure, it's media. You know,
It's
all
all-
of those things sort of.
I have a
And
niece that every
timing.
Christmas is, you know, I mean, while I was getting My Little Ponies and Barbies for the other nieces, she wanted Spider-Man and Superman.
That's cool.
And it wasn't. It wasn't a problem.
No,
Good.
not at all. And she absolutely enjoyed.
That's just
playing
what she
with them.
wanted.
Yeah, that's what she wanted. That's what she was into. You
Yeah.
know? She also did motocross and all kinds of other stuff while the others were going to dance class, and playing soccer. So I just.
Just depends on what you're into.
Yeah. It's like she just liked that a lot better.
And hopefully, I hope most parents give their kids leeway enough. Obviously, maybe not all the leeway in the world, but enough to explore
Well,
the
we
things that you may
Different
think.
avenues.
we,
Yeah.
about I think maybe 10 years
what you're
ago,
thinking.
I was at Disneyland. I was
That was
walking
the last
around.
time you were there?
No, well, I don't go as much as some people.
I like Disneyland.
Crazy people.
I like turtles.
I like turtles. But there was a kid walking around who had to be like 6 years old, dressed as Spider-Man.
Oh.
And this was the first time I'd ever seen someone, not Halloween time, nothing, but and it was
Just
his
a Tuesday.
birthday.
Straight up.
Full mask
And it's
Spider-Man
not in
mask.
Hollywood Boulevard either.
No,
no?
this is just Disneyland.
Taking photos.
So it's his day or whatever, and he's dressing as Spider-Man, and
He picked out his own outfit, probably.
he picked out his own, and we've seen more of this sort of leeway where and it's
That's what he wanted to wear today.
is there
Yeah,
is
that's
there a point at which we get to where like everybody's dressed as Spider-Man and
God, I hope
is that a good thing? Is that what we really
That would be
want?
really
That's an
funny.
interesting question.
You
Hey,
know?
Lisa Ray Hansen, thank you for the Mega Seth. Everybody say thank you to Lisa.
Thank you for the mega Seth.
Thank you for the mega set.
Oh, Set.
Set.
I thought you said Seth.
Set. Mega set.
Oh, Rhonda
Seth.
Gambit and the accent. Oh, mon cher. Oh.
What?
Hold on, I need a minute. She reminded me. Okay.
What?
Okay, I'm good.
From the X-Men cartoon.
Rhonda knows what I'm talking about.
Wait, Carlos is one of the Beast Brothers, right? Yeah.
You are?
He's one of them.
What?
Because I'm two. Because I have
I've
a
heard
twin
of those
brother.
guys.
They're cool, right?
Yeah.
Hello. I like turtles.
Hello.
Who's excited for the Lego movie? You know what's weird is like I am, but I don't
Looks
care
weird,
at the
right?
same time.
The sets
Both.
look really strange, really random.
But I think it's gonna make sense once we see the movie. And we'll
Of
be
course,
like,
yeah,
oh,
right?
it
It's
makes
like,
sense.
what?
Right now we just don't have a context.
With
So I
super
am
glue and
excited.
stuff?
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Somebody said something else. I got my nephew a Little People superhero set. Yeah, it is cool that they're doing crossover like that for kids.
What are you saying?
The little
The Fisher
Little People.
Price, right? Like new.
Yeah, they have all sorts of like Star
yeah, they're
Wars
pretty
and Batman.
cool. They have like Monster Inc.
Can we just talk about Imaginext for a minute?
Who's Matt?
If I had a kid, it would be my excuse to collect every Imaginext that they have. It's an incredible line. It's basically like the new. It's made by Fisher Price, I think.
The new little people.
It's the no, it's not.
It's
It's Fisher Price.
it's
no?
Fisher Price. It's Mattel, so it's
Yeah.
it's Fisher Price.
But it's they have sea serpents and
vehicles.
pirates and ninjas and
And the vehicles
Batman
are really cool.
Dino
and
Riders.
Dino
Dino
Riders.
Riders.
Dino Riders.
And they have
Masters
crazy,
of the Universe.
like-
Have you noticed the ones where they're putting out actual there's a castle that the underneath where you put the battery.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
the grate from the it's the 3D sculpted grate relief
You gotta use the mold as
from
much
the
as possible,
old
right?
castle. Yeah, it's like, and then they've got armor pieces on some of them that are like
That look like He-Man and
Skeletor's
Skeletor.
armor, and it's like why they haven't pulled the trigger on doing a Masters of the Universe line
Dude,
for that.
they're just like
yeah, it's like they've made all
Like-
the pieces, they just aren't coloring them the right
Yeah.
way. So it's amazing they haven't done that yet.
Stone Age Hero just made an interesting point. The gender color switched during World War II because Nazis marked homosexuals with a pinkish color, so nobody was really into having pink male children, or at least that's what I read somewhere. It's very possible.
that.
I think it actually switched a little bit earlier than World War. I could be completely wrong on that.
Yeah,
But
that,
random events happen throughout human history. 500 years ago was probably completely different than that
Yeah.
too. It was probably white. And little boys wear dresses to christenings. Like,
Dude, yeah, like, yeah, my grandfather's christening thing, I thought it was a little girl, and it was my grandfather with a skirt and everything.
traditions switch
Yeah,
up,
just
things
change.
change over. It's just weird, and we just happen to be in the thick of a time where there's toys and marketing. Like, I mean, 80 years ago there wasn't TV and toys and marketing on Saturday morning.
no,
And
So
no internet.
now there is.
no internet.
How weird.
I
And
know.
we-
How do
you
people
know,
do things?
when you-
Right? How do you find places? How do you go to places
How do you
without
podcast?
GPS?
That's crazy.
How did they do podcasts 100 years ago?
It's so weird. I
Right?
haven't figured it out.
I can't remember a
Pigeons.
single phone number anymore.
I know my
Yeah,
phone
yeah,
number.
yeah,
Addresses,
yeah.
zip codes. I mean, I used to.
I know
but
three
now
I
phone
used to have
numbers.
like little. I remember my phone numbers
I'm
when I was a
lucky if I
little
remember
kid.
mine anymore.
Can
Well,
I
that-
tell you guys the 3 phone numbers I know?
Your mom,
I know my mom's phone number,
George.
because, nope. I know my house phone number,
Ooh, snap,
and I know
George.
Neil Wynn's phone number.
That's very random.
I don't know.
Hey,
who
Ross.
it is.
Shh.
Oh, sorry.
It's completely random.
Well,
That's
I mean,
messed up, Ben.
that's the whole thing. Is that your phone now is
your
your
brain.
your
It's my
second?
brain.
It's no, it's your secondary memory. It's not your
True.
brain. It's your secondary memory.
Yeah,
I
like,
gave it
and-
my brain.
The more you more you put your brain into that.
And then you upload your whole brain to the iCloud,
Chris Reiniak. Hello, Chris.
what's up, Chris?
where anyone can access your brain.
Christopher Reiniak.
And
Tremendous
the
artist.
Imaginext stuff fits GLiOS. Some of the Imaginext stuff
Some of
is compatible. I feel like there's a GLiOS fan.
Yeah, on
Working.
production, right?
Yeah.
Like a little.
Like the capes.
Yeah, like-
the
Yeah,
capes and
yeah,
stuff they've
capes
been
are so
doing,
good.
and some of the
So good.
accessories and stuff. Yeah. Some of the
I do
vehicles,
know
too.
Jenny's number. You're right. I know
Yeah.
4 numbers.
Vehicles.
You're right, Smack. 8675309.
No George number. She doesn't know it.
No. It's too.
I have to
don't
look up
know
my
what it
wife's
is.
number every time somebody,
I don't know Ben's number. I don't know anybody in this room.
Emergency. Who you call?
no,
Oh, I know my
number.
number.
Yeah.
I don't. Mom.
911.
Good job.
Send up smoke flares. That's
Tatanka.
Blanket
Buffalo.
Podcast.
yeah. Blanket in the campfire.
Tatanka.
Yeah. Get a hold of my whole family.
What do we want to do? Ben, do you want to get over here and do some auctions or something? Or do you want to talk to Mr. Toes?
Auctioneer.
We could sell some stuff.
Do you find it weird when people call you Mr. Toes? Like, 'cause they call you your
I
character.
used to not. I used to actively lobby against it,
Mhm.
and now I don't care.
Yeah.
But you
this
don't
is like-
you dislike it at all? It's just eh.
At a certain point, you realize that you always. I do not go by that, so it's like I will not sign things normally as Mr. Toast. I want to have my
Is your
artistic
person?
identity, but if I am called that, I'm perfectly accepting of that
Okay.
because it's fine,
But you
'cause
don't promote it.
It's just like, when they look at my character Joe the Egg and they call him Mr. Egg. Used to be, I'd be like, no, that's Joe the Egg, blah, blah, blah. But how it's the audience's choice how they want to interact with you, and as,
That's very
as
mature
an
of you
art-
as an artist.
well,
Yes.
you reach that point,
Mature.
if they're going to pay attention to you, you should just be happy that they're paying attention to you,
That's
Yes.
true.
because
I agree.
we're all incredibly lucky that we get to do a decent
we do.
percentage of what we want to do.
Hmm.
Because most people don't get to do a decent percentage of what they would like to do.
Thank you for letting me do that, you guys.
Yeah, thank you, and that's why we come here and do stuff and, give of ourselves is because we're a lucky percentage. And certainly
Extremely.
you guys work your asses off to get to that point.
Everybody, we all do.
Yeah, we all do. It's the whole thing of, hobby versus business, where you have to do it as a hobby for a long time, and then maybe if you're lucky, you'll be able to do it as a business.
Exactly.
And even though all of us do this partially as a business, we certainly don't make all of our money doing exactly what we want. But that's the dream. The dream is to be able to do exactly what you want and make your money. And I don't know, maybe
I'm
maybe
pretty
there's
close.
You're pretty close.
90% probably.
Well, that's
maybe
great.
95.
That's wonderful.
But there's been a lot of crap in between the 0 to the 95%. Like,
yeah,
there was a lot of, I don't want to do this.
yeah, and and for every one of us that gets to have a large percentage of that, there's a lot of people that don't get a large percentage of that.
That's
which is
absolutely true.
because of
Are we
a
boring
million
you?
things.
No.
Well, sorry, excuse us.
No, I have a
serious.
weird time.
Gosh.
Just real quick before I get off the couch. One person asked about how many episodes we're filming. We already filmed one. We should be getting to one more, so a total of 2.
One of my.
I have a weird time in my part of my profession as working with, not on the October Toys, but on the Toy Break side, like introducing somebody to somebody else, introducing somebody on the show, interviewing somebody at a con.
What are you saying?
Well, I'm saying it's weird because some people you have your name, everybody has a name, and then you have your artist name. A lot of people have an artist name, and then I don't know what to call them. And you always have to confirm, do I call you Dan or do I call you Mr. Toast? Because I call you Dan.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, oh, people know him as Mr. Toast, so maybe I should introduce him as Mr. Toast. And then it's a weird identity thing. Like, what do people call you?
Carlos.
Nobody goes like, oh, Beast or Beast Brother. Or like,
Carlos.
there's no.
From the Beast Brothers.
Everybody
Yeah,
knows
Carlos.
Okay.
Or you can
Well, I
say
guess 'cause you have
Dan,
kind of a brand.
AKA Mr. Toast.
Yeah.
True.
You know.
Well, then there's the Sucklord situation. Like,
I mean,
Well,
if-
we
yeah,
know-
but
we know
Sucklord
some,
doesn't
We know some
give-
artists where their
No,
art
everybody knows,
actually
yeah.
becomes their persona.
Yeah.
True.
And that's the thing. It's like that's their it's an
That's their
entire
gig.
package. It's like a
Yeah.
marketing.
It's
you know,
interesting.
It's a thing. Whereas
it's a weird thing,
you've
though.
got the creator that creates, and then you've got the creator that becomes.
Yeah.
So that's that's kind of, I think that's kind of the what you're looking for.
You're
Like
quite
Matt,
really
how many
asking,
people call it Onel Design, or do they say Glios?
Glios, right.
Well, your question is there a point at which your ego demands that your marketing is what's in charge?
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you're that person, you're a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
And that's why you should hopefully be moving in the other direction where you're more humble about the situation and
You taking
realize
that?
that you're
That's
lucky
true.
to get
Yeah.
to be any goddamn name that people know.
Yeah.
It's like I walked in here and people are saying hello Dan, and they know who I am. So it's like,
Well, that's your name.
Cool.
well, yes, but they see your face and they know who you are. That's
It's pretty fucking
most
cool, is
people
what it
sort
is.
of dream of having some level of recognition in the world where you run into someone on this, it's like at Comic-Con, you have people come by that don't know you're there and they're like, hey, and they're surprised and they see you.
And you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Even if they call you Mr. Toast, you're like, oh, you know my face. And
Yes.
They clearly know your work.
Yeah. Well, that was certainly, as an artist, one of the most gratifying things when someone came up and they knew the names of all the characters, as opposed to just saying, Mr. Toast, Mr. Egg, they like,
Yeah.
Mr. Bacon.
Oh, when I walked in here
I
tonight,
like Mr. Big.
the guys in the kitchen when I walked in tonight, they knew my stuff. Didn't know didn't even know anything about me.
Like, what are you doing with
Yeah,
those
they're like,
things
what do
you back
do?
with?
And I was like, this is what I make, and then everybody's like, oh my god, and it's like, and that feels even better than the recognition of myself personally. That
Yes.
they know my work.
It's pretty
and it
cool because
precedes
your work
me,
got out
and
there.
it's like, yeah, it got out there, and that's to me almost a better feeling than them even remembering my name.
yeah, I've met people that once they realize who I am, they're like, I have your stuff or your art in my house.
Aw,
And
that what a
it
big
has nothing.
compliment.
Yeah, and they have they've never met me or know anything about my connection to the work, but they have
They
the
have
work
it.
in the house,
That's so cool.
and that's the most gratifying.
That's
You're-
pretty
you
cool.
know.
Stone Age Hero, will Buff Monster be visiting? No, he will not.
No buff.
He's out of New
That's why
York.
he's my real name.
He moved to New York again.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think he would come over anyway. I love Wings Lord. I'm sure many of you know why.
Snooty, snooty, snooty.
No, that's not me being snooty.
He likes pink and she likes purple.
I like tomato, you like tomato.
I love when Zuckler corrects people. Should you call Bruce Wayne Batman or Bruce Wayne? Good questions.
I think
I'm
if you're in the
going
comic
to
universe,
Good morning.
step off for a moment, and I'm gonna let Ben. Do you want to, or Brian? Anybody?
Yeah. Come down, guys.
Anybody?
come
Yeah,
on
let's do a switch.
down.
Come down.
Yeah, go
Sell
for
that
it.
stuff.
And talk
Make the money.
to
Make that-
Dan.
Are we gonna sell that drawing?
Make some moolah.
Make some
The
coin.
drawing.
You're the official. Are
This
we
isn't
selling
for
that?
me?
No, we're selling. Well,
Did you say
that?
No. Wait, really? We have options?
The sold stuff.
I will.
No, forget it.
We're gonna be moving.
Whatever.
Okay, that's awesome.
See if Toy Break stays on the air.
Yeah.
Can we put that
What
one
are you
in
handing
there?
that
Before I have to bring anything.
Random question: Are the
Put
toys,
all of our stuff
the
in.
hosts of Toy Break, married, or no, or siblings?
No, I guess you have to watch all the episodes.
So, are you and Ben married?
What?
Well, Ben is engaged. I can say that much.
Yes, I am.
To whom?
That wasn't my question.
I just
Victoria.
answered what I could.
Wow. When's the?
The wedding.
Is this place-
Sure.
Did
Did Carlos sell
Something
anything?
major.
Carlos, did you sell anything?
Did I sell anything? Yeah, some sketches, and I have some stuff for later. for
Some
when
stuff
people are
for
ready.
later. So hang around
Hang
for more of
around.
Carlos's.
let's sell some 3D retro stuff. that I
Oh,
Yay, the good stuff.
speaking of self-promotion,
Hey,
sell some 3D retro
let's
stuff.
let's sell some stuff. Why not?
Crazy now.
All right.
we were
So the
talking about
first
Lego
thing.
stuff. My wife texted me and she goes, "And the other Lego aisle is at our house."
Yeah.
There it is.
I once knew a guy that had an entire basement set up like a store. His toy
What?
collection,
Like an actually
he
store.
set it up like a
That's
store.
kind of
and-
brilliant.
And bought stuff in multiples. So like he would just
Open stuff,
buy
close
and buy.
stuff.
Put it on the pegs and everything.
Yeah, and this was back in the 90s. I remember I walked into his
I
house
like that idea.
and he had a whole wall, and his living room wall was pegged with action figures. And I was like, what the hell is this? This was way back before,
Before
you know,
the
this was like
thing.
Yeah.
91, 92. It was a very different world back then.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Pegs, just entire wall. I'm like, what is going on here?
It's actually a smart idea. I might
why we
look
love
into that.
I'm sure your future wife will love that. Does she love all the
If you keep
toys?
it in
How
the
does
basement.
let's
How's
talk
Vic-
about that for a second.
How's Victoria with the toys?
How's a newer, you know, I've been married for quite a while, so it's like I haven't lived that sort of situation in a long time.
The toys were there when you know we started going out,
Yeah.
and she's accepted them.
There it is.
Carlos,
Sir.
You know,
did you do that to my bathroom toys?
What?
so
Why me?
Keep
Oh, I thought
bathroomed
they
all
were
over
like
your
that all
toys.
the time.
George and Ben are happily
Yeah,
married.
I was like, wow, look at that.
So she's
Alright.
good. She's good with all of your toys.
She's good with the toys.
Cool.
She's good with the. There is a story though.
Tell us a story.
Before I met Victoria, I was actually, you know, going out on the whole dating scene,
Sure.
and
Fast times.
oh yeah, I was going out with this one girl, and things were going really well. And
You want the 40-year-old virgin story? Is this a 40-year-old virgin story?
no, it's like
Okay.
you know, it's just going really well. Third date comes along, and we're like hanging out, and you know, it's like early on in the date, and she's like, "We should just go back to your place." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's a great idea. You know, we should just go back to my place." And you know, I had mentioned to her that. You know, it's like, oh yeah, you know, one of the things I do is like I collect these figures. The what? Yeah, the date. And
gonna be
you know, and I also sell them. You know, so it's like kind of like a business thing. It's like, oh, that's cool. Okay. And in my living room, I have display cases.
Okay.
It's not like lined up like everywhere.
It's not
the
everywhere,
toys.
it's
It's
more
just
like
like there's
curio cabinets,
there's
sort
these
of.
two display cases, and they have the figures in them.
And this is mostly vinyl.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we get to my place, you know, and you know, turn on the lights in my place, and she sees these display cases with the figures, and you know, I have art on the wall, which is very pop art or very art oriented
Sure.
toward our scene, and I could kind of just tell by the look in her face that she like freaks out.
Freaks out.
She freaks out. She
Yes!
freaks out. So
great.
and I'm like, you know, back in my place, you know, the things are going well. And it's like, and now she's like, she's like freaking out. She's looking at the stuff. I'm like, you okay? And she's like, what if somebody told you that, you know, to be with them, you need to like put all this stuff away. And I thought she was joking. I was like, well, you know, relationships are about compromise.
Listen
You
to
know?
this guy. Perfect.
Because I was like, yeah, 'cause it's like, she's the one that said, let's come over to your place. I was like, well, I've got, you know, and she's like, huh, okay, to my answer. And it's like, and,
This was a first date.
third.
Oh, third date.
Third
Okay.
date. Third
Okay.
date.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
first and second date went really well,
got
you know?
it. Okay, so this
is the third date.
So she is thinking relationship at this point. Okay.
Yeah, and,
This is the first time at your place.
this is the first time, and she's the one that's like I had a whole night planned out, and she's like, not even halfway through the night, she's like, let's just go back to your place. So,
It's that third date deal closing.
yeah.
That's
I'm
That's
like,
when she's deciding whether or
yeah,
not.
so it's like, let's go, let's just do this. And she, you know, she gets back to my place and freaks out, and literally like after like talking to her for another like 5-10 minutes, she's like,
Gotta go.
I really don't feel so good. Can you just take me back home? I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, no problem. I can take you home. I'm sorry you're not feeling good. Take her home, you know, drop her off and everything like that. It's like, oh, I'll talk to you soon. See you later. Driving home, I get a text, like literally, like 2 minutes. 2 minutes after I drop her off. I'm sorry. I don't think this is going to work out. You're a really nice guy, but you're just not for me. And I'm like, it's like, really? And honestly, at that point, I'm like, you know, this was a really nice girl. I really liked her. Things were going really well. And I started to think, like, maybe this toy thing is a problem. Like, maybe it's going to really, like, prohibit me from getting into, like, a good relationship with somebody. And I was like, oh my, I really felt bad. I felt really bad. I'm like, I gotta like reconsider this shit. It's like, I love this stuff, but I gotta reconsider it. And then like, I remember talking to like Aileen and George about this and my other friends, and they're like, fuck no. Yeah. It's like, she's gotta be the one to understand that you like it, that it's your little hobby, you know. She's probably got, you know, no, this was not, I'm not the 40-year-old virgin. I've slept with girls before that. It's like, it's fine. But it's like, you know, it's like, at this point, I was like looking for a relationship, you know, not just, you know, I could go out, get that, whatever, you know. But, you know, here I'm like thinking like, well, you know, it's like I should get into a relationship, you know. And I was like, this thing could stop me. But everybody was telling me like, no, find the right person. They'll look at the stuff. They'll think it's cool too. They may not get it like you do, but they'll be like, oh, that's cool. And it's like I said, my place isn't like cluttered with it. It's like, I've got display cases. Yeah. That's it, you know. My office is a lot worse. Hell of a lot worse.
Before I met my wife, I went out with a girl that didn't send me the text.
Oh, really?
After
she just
left.
stopped?
No, we continued.
Oh.
To date.
Oh.
It was kind of a similar situation. First, and as soon as she walked in my apartment, it was, you know, utter terror.
Oh my
God!
God!
She didn't send me that. I don't think this is going to work. Text. She decided that she was going to drive it out of me. She was going to exorcise the demon.
No.
And for 2 years, I was so miserable.
Oh no! 2 years.
I finally quit. I was just like, okay, well, you know, until I realized, yeah, she's. One day she says, "You're just not the same guy that I met and fell for." And I was like, "Well, that's because you killed him. You killed that guy and got rid of all of his things."
Yeah.
Oh, so you actually got rid of stuff?
Well, I put it away.
Put it away.
I put it away. I never really got rid of anything.
Well,
and
that's smart.
so I was finally just done. I was like, "Go away. Just go get." And then I met the lady that's now my wife. I met Amy, and our first date, she pops in a VHS of the old Voltron cartoon.
You're like,
when
this
we
is...
went back to her place, you know, after dinner, that's what she pops in for us to watch. And I thought to myself,
This is the girl I'm
get-
gonna marry.
You got to get on screen. People are asking like, "Who's that
Who's
talking over there?"
Talking over there. Who's in the corner? Okay. Let me squeeze in over here.
Get in, get in. Exercise the demon.
My big tail over here.
I
That's
think
my butt.
the key to any relationship is having someone that's going to be accepting of all the crazy stuff you do.
Yeah. Hi, it's me.
There you go.
That's a good.
Now
one.
everybody knows.
I'm the guy talking. It's Brian. But yeah, and you know, my wife puts in this Voltron video, you know, and we sit and watch that, and you know, several other things, you know, while we were, you know, on our first date, and you know, it was just, I was like, okay, she's the one, you know. 3 years later, we were married, and we've been married for 4, so.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, no, my fiance, she's very accepting of the stuff, you know. She's like, oh, if you ever need help in the store once you get it open, you know, I'll work the store. It's like, wow, great.
Yeah, we go to conventions, and Amy's right there behind, you know, what's this product, what's this one's name, how much is this one, you know, and she stands right there, she's like, you need to sit down, you need to go do something, you know, she says, I got this, and I'm like, oh, you know, we're at San Diego this year, and she's just like, oh, run around for an hour, have fun. I was just
That's
like,
awesome.
I would have never got to do that before. I wouldn't even got to go to San Diego before.
Yeah. There you go. So, should we try to sell some stuff?
Yes.
Let's start with this one, since I think somebody mentioned the Suck Lord, or the Super Suck Lord, I'm sorry. So this is a figure that we created, or I created, 3D Retro and Bait. Bait had the Suck Lord version, and 3D Retro had the, I guess the Morgan version, or the non-costumed, you know, version.
The man himself.
The man himself, yeah. And this is designed by Gary Ham, and he actually created a wooden figure of this while the Suck Lord was on Work of Art.
Oh, nice.
And it got auctioned off and sold for a lot of money. And then I came to Gary and I said, why don't we make it into a vinyl figure? And we decided to make it into 2 different sets. And so the box is signed, if you guys can see. It's signed by the Suck Lord and by Gary Ham. And this is the Super Suck Set #1, which includes, as an accessory, a carrot, a pea jar, if you guys know the story of that, a roll of asswipe toilet paper, a bottle of beer lao, a pink gay stormtrooper, because it's pink, of course, and a framed headshot of the man himself as the Suck Lord. And you can see all that stuff is inside here as the accessories. You guys can see. So these retailed for $65.
Okay.
So how about
How many are there?
we made 210 of each set.
Oh, okay. So
And
they're
the
pretty darn limited.
Yeah, we and the reason we made 210 of each set is because we made 420 figures total. 420.
Nice.
Oh, is that like a pot reference?
Yeah, basically. So we made like a
I'm a little slow on that kind of thing.
420 pot reference. So yeah, like I said, these guys retailed for 65. So how about we, you know, start the bid at, let's go as low as $20.
$20 for Suck Lord.
Suck Lord figure signed by, the box is signed by Gary Ham and by the Suck Lord. So anybody want to start at 20?
Okay.
I think, which is a pretty
That
darn
seems
good.
really fair.
Yeah.
And these are pretty well sold out or whatever? Or do you still have some on the website?
There's still a few on the website, and I think Bait still has their version. Sleepy Robot, down for 20.
20.
Down.
All
Nice.
right.
So we'll have it go from 20, you know, in $5 increments if anybody's willing to put 25. Let me show you guys the signature from here if you guys can see that. And they're saying, oh, we're at 30.
30 already.
$30.
Hooah!
Not bad.
So now what toys do you make?
I make the my partner and I, Jeremy, we make the Weaponeers of Mung Ka. We're Glyos compatible.
So
with
it's
a
action
Mel
figure.
Yeah, action
So
figure.
straight
yeah.
up action figure.
Yeah.
So now you guys did a Kickstarter?
No.
You haven't done a
No,
Kickstarter yet.
No,
Are you
we're
going to do one?
self-funded. No.
Now why not?
We really didn't need to.
Okay.
We had the capital. We had the capital, to do the tooling and the production and everything. And
Now, can I stop
We're-
you there for a second about that?
sure.
Do you think, because there's a lot of people that are like, let's just do a Kickstarter, and, it's like, even a couple of toys where people are like, well, yeah, I would usually just fund it or do it the old-fashioned way before Kickstarter, but they're like, oh, let's just do a Kickstarter anyway and have it, like, pay. Do you think that, how you said, like, you had the funding, you didn't use Kickstarter, I mean, how do you think like Kickstarter is overused, or do you think like
Well, it's difficult for toy production, I think, especially a lot of people get into it for Kickstarter. At least from what I've observed, people get into doing toy production, not having full knowledge of how the whole thing works. They don't know the entire process, and for me, in order. Just my own personal belief with Kickstarter for doing a toy is you've got to be ready to pull the trigger. As soon as you fund, you've pretty much got to have a lot of the legwork already done.
so there's
Like
a lot
you can't
of
use you've got to have your sculpts done, you've got to have your prototypes. You've got to do a lot of that stuff so that when you do fund, if you do fund,
Right.
you're ready to go into production, because that could be another 2, 3, 4 months.
or you can
know.
turn into Instacube.
Yeah.
The-
You wind up, taking a bunch of people's money. I don't know how that, what that situation.
There's
was,
still Instacube is probably the most popular one because they collected so much money.
but yeah.
And of course, it went into production, and then they had production delays, the factory delays. It's now over 2 years
2 years.
since the Kickstarter ended, and they've had to refund a lot of people's money because they're like, I'm done. I don't want to wait for this thing anymore. They've sent out updates to people saying like, we're sorry, things happen at the factory. We have to work on firmware. There's been updates to Instagram, things like videos, for instance. They promise people that if they reach certain goals, they would do things like you can insert your Facebook feed into it. And technology changes, APIs change, and all that stuff. So, I mean, for people like me, it's like, yeah, I dropped $90 on this thing for an Instacube, and
What's it supposed to do?
what it does, it's a digital picture frame. It actually looks like the
Oh, okay.
Instagram. The outside frame looks like an Instagram icon, and what you do is you program it with your Instagram name, and it basically can either display your feed, or just your pictures, or a hashtag.
Got it.
Or, basically it can act like Instagram, but in a picture frame automatically.
So in other words, they were developing an entire sort of new technology that's going to interact with the computer, and they did not have all the development ready.
They had they had the right idea. Like, the idea was great. That's why they raised so much money. But when they went to the factory, they didn't understand that they're going to run into all these problems about manufacturing and tooling and the whole processing. Like, on paper, it's great.
Yeah.
And, like,
Yeah.
3D rendering is great. And, like, that's the thing. People saw all these 3D renderings and, like, made up prototypes and stuff. And then they're like, yeah, I want this. This is awesome. It's like, and now it's like 2 years later and people are still waiting for it.
Because I heard that from one of my friends. He was like, I got all my stuff out instantly. It was right on schedule, but I was doing something that I've done 10 times.
Yeah.
There you go.
So
Yeah,
there was no question in my mind. I mean, unless it gets stuck in customs or my boat crashes into something,
well-
it's never going to be late. I can do exactly what I say on there, as opposed to like higher technology things. You can see that
Yeah.
system will
Well, and
break
as a-
down almost instantly.
As a backer too, myself, I've backed so many projects that are 2, 3 years old
Yeah.
that I've not seen anything for the
And-
pledges that I've made. You know, so that's and most of them are toy related.
Yep.
And you know,
So that-
but then you have some, you know, you have the Kickstarters like you know, like the ones for OMFG, and you know, and the ones that the Four Horsemen just, you know, made
Yep.
gobs on, you know, but they're tried and true. They've delivered in the past.
Always.
And you know, not just on Kickstarter, but in their own endeavors, you know, their own self-funded endeavors. So it's easy to, you know, see where they're coming from and know that they're going to be able
Right.
to deliver on that. And so many of these other ones, these guys get into this, especially these, you know, these home casters and stuff like that think, well, this is easy. Anybody can do this.
Well-
All I need to do is get the money. And then they don't realize how many pitfalls and how many setbacks that they can run into when they do hit that production process.
There's also the horror stories that I've heard of. You know, I don't know the specific name of this Kickstarter, but it was a guy, and he was casting toys himself, and he went on Kickstarter and said that I want to send this to a factory and do it through a factory in China, and this is the idea, this is the plan, this is how much money I need. He got the Kickstarter, he went to a factory in China he found online, he wired them the money. 2 months later, the company is gone.
Yeah,
Gone.
yeah, yeah.
And his money is gone.
Yeah.
And now...
And they do that. Some of those factories will
yeah,
just
they'll take the money
up
and that's
go.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
And what's left then is he's holding the bag for these people. He can't give them back the money because he's already spent it. So I think the final result was that he basically got in contact with them and he goes like, I have to do these myself by hand the way that I've been doing it.
yeah.
I will deliver these products to you a lot later than I promised, but you will get them and I have to do it by hand.
Yeah.
So, speaking of figures, we're still 30 on this one, Sleepy Robot. So, anybody for 35 before we close this guy out for 30?
Well, it's interesting that you say that. So maybe with Kickstarter, we've already sort of jumped that sort of thing where you've had these failures.
Mm-hmm.
So people are already pulling, you know, they're going to only be investing in things with people that they trust.
True. Like
You
the
know.
people that have already done a Kickstarter or two.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
not,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know, that sort of big time at the beginning where everyone's like, oh, look at anything that's interesting I will just put money into because I know I'm going to get this
Yeah.
cool stuff. And
I,
a lot of people have been stung at this point. So they're,
Well, and part of ours, like you were asking why we didn't do Kickstarter
Yeah.
for ours, the Glyos system that we use. You know, Matt's very adamant. Matt Doty is very adamant that it's like if any Kickstarter gets done using Glyos, he wants to be the first one, you know, to do it, or he wants to be, you know, heavily involved, you know, with
Okay.
the first one that does it. And so he kind of has tried to. It's almost like having pride of ownership in your home, or you know, something
Of
like
course.
that. So if it's your money, you're going to be, you know, using his system and putting his name on things.
Right.
You know, if it's your own money, then you're going to be a lot more adamant and a lot more diligent about getting it out there and being, you know, above board with stuff. And
Exactly.
And that's been kind of that whole mentality behind that for us as well.
So you
is-
do something that ties into his system.
Yes.
So
yeah, it's a building
your-
system that all
your
with
stuff
several different
sort of
companies.
doesn't exist without. I mean, it could.
Not in the form that it does.
Got it.
It could without it, but a lot of the narrative that comes with our stuff is because of the building system,
Oh.
and it's built around the building system. So yeah.
That's cool.
wondering about the packaging too. Do people do those in China, Japan, or are those other sources? A lot of the time when you work with a good factory, what they provide you is a die line for the box that they basically take your figure and they basically make the minimum size box, and you get an Illustrator file, which is the basic box shape, and you can tell them like, I want a window here and here's the artwork that goes on it, and they do it for you. You tell them, you know, you want a thicker type of cardboard, you want, you know, what kind of window you want, what kind of do you want a clamshell, do you want you know, the ties in it or not, and you know, the factory usually provides that for you, and it's actually part of the initial quote that you actually
Generally,
get. when you submit the product in the first place. The quote already includes the packaging in it.
I
So-
remember the first dolls I did, I foolishly didn't have them do tags because I didn't, kind of understand the process.
Mm-hmm.
And I tagged them all myself
Oh
at
no.
home, which was absurd. So when you should try to get as much done, at the point. But I was super particular about everything and whatever.
I decided I had to have soft goods.
Soft
on a
goods?
figure of coming for San Diego this last year.
Uh-huh.
I wanted him to have a cape, and we didn't get it into the factory in time, so I headed on down to Joann's with
You
no.
made a
with an
bunch of little
idea, and
capes?
I hand cut, and
How many capes?
and because of the Glyos peg, in order to get them to attach,
Uh-huh.
I was using a leather punch, and with a piece of cardboard in between, punching holes in Lycra. And Lycra's not easy to punch clean holes in, but that was it. But it was just because it's like, forethought, if I'd have known about it beforehand,
I used to iron all my Mr. Toasts.
Did you really?
Because the first ones I bought, a lot of them, the grain on the thing was all messed up. So I would actually, before shows, I'd iron them so that they looked nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So those are the things that pay, they pay off, because if you come to a show and have that cape,
Yeah.
that's special and means something to you, the customers and the fans remember that.
Well, there you go.
Because they know that you're not putting out you got to put out the absolute best product you can, because those fans that you make in that first 2 or 3 years
Yeah.
are gonna they're gonna hopefully still be there when you're on your 10th anniversary.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And
All
be
right.
your best advertising, word of mouth, and everything
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
We're gonna close this one out for 30. So Sleepy Robot, congrats. $30, you got it.
Sold.
Sold. Sleepy Robot, if you go ahead and PayPal info
Those capes
at
are awesome,
toybreak.com,
See?
please include the note that it's for the Sucklord figure, and we'll go ahead and get it out. And remember, that $30 includes the shipping to you guys. Hey Brant, hey Chris. Actually, Brant Peters is here. Why don't we do a Brant Peters figure?
Why don't we?
Brant, is that okay with you? You can kind of help us out here. We have one figure that we can actually sell of yours. Let me go get it.
Ben's gone to the warehouse.
This one's an
God.
oldie, but a goodie.
I don't know what I'd do if I ever made a toy that large.
Oh, this thing is awesome. Are you kidding me? So this one's called... Brant, you can help us out here and tell us a little bit about it. It's the Peacemaker 32.9. So, all right, let's talk about this guy. Oh, help me out here.
Cellophane.
All right, there it is, guys. You can see the box, the Peacemaker. I love Brant's response. Wow, a Peacemaker. Yeah.
When is this from?
This is from a few years back. This is a Mind Style figure
Oh wow.
when Mind Style still made products for the U.S. And this, I mean, I personally love Brant's
Great
work,
box.
and
Yes, cool.
it's it's a cool box. They always
Has
put magnets in it,
Magnets. Yeah, no, that's
and
all
it's
right.
got Brant's logo in the back. And it's probably what, like, Brant, is this like a 10-inch figure, would you say? And
Where's George's yardstick?
I know, huh? But I think we can actually pull it out here so people can see exactly what they're getting here. So there's the whole figure right there. Comes with,
Boy.
yeah, you can
Oh my
smell
God,
that, huh?
smell, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's
awesome.
It's brand new in box. So there it is.
It's in a
And-
bag in the clamshell too, isn't it?
This is a really cool figure. It you can see like the huge feet that this guy stands on. Very sturdy figure. I have one in my personal collection. I have actually one of everything that Brant basically did. in my personal collection. And
10 inches.
it's 10 inches. Okay. So I forgot what these guys retailed for. I'm sure Brad can tell us that too. But, you know, we're doing it for the show. And why don't we start... I mean, this is a 10-inch figure. Why don't we start the bidding... I mean, maybe Brad can tell us what the retail on these
There
guys
was a
were.
sticker on the cellophane bag. Was that a
I think that was the special
was that a
price
special
for
price?
Decon.
Okay.
So, let's start fairly low for this thing to get the price really going on this one. Oh yeah, I did know that there were Buff Monster and Huck G versions of this guy planned, but so these were $95 at New York Comic Con. That's when they were released. So why don't we do this, because we usually start with half the cost. I say we start at 50.
I say we start at 50.
At 50. So start the bidding at 50 at $5 increments like we've been doing, and let's see how we can how far we can go up to this thing, since it retailed at 95. You really can't find these guys at retail stores anymore because this is an older figure.
Like, how many years old is this?
Let me see the copyright on this thing. I don't know if it has a year on it. This has got to be at least, I would say, 4 years old. Oh, here, comes with a card.
We have 55, I believe.
55?
55. We're at 55.
The real mimic.
So MindStyle would put these cards in with the
their-
figure.
Kind of their certificate of authenticity.
Yep, you get the card. Comes numbered. This is original number 297, and it was made in 2009.
2005 years ago.
5 years ago. 2009. So you get the card, you get officially licensed merchandise. Brand Peters, 2009, copyright.
Oh, we're up to 60.
$60. Cool.
Rocking along.
This is a cool figure. I'm actually glad Brand's here to see this. You know, Brand, do you have anything new coming out for us? Not sure why MindStyle kind of stopped making everything for the U.S. They kind of gave up on the U.S. market. Nobody really knows why, but
I think the last thing I got from them was the Vincent that they did for Comic Con.
Which one?
Vincent from the
the
Black
Disney.
Hole.
Yeah. But you know what?
They did a few of they had the Stitch that year after, I think, and then after that I didn't hear anything from them at all, I don't think.
Yeah, you know, Bait bought a lot of MindStyle product about 2 years ago. Oh, we're at 65. 65. So next bid would be 70. Bait bought a lot of their product. They produced a whole line of Alice in Wonderland figures done by different artists. So like Tweedledee and Tweedledum was done by Gary Baseman.
Oh, wow.
The Mad Hatter was done by Ron English.
Okay.
I don't think I ever saw
Yeah,
I never saw those. No,
Yeah.
not at all.
And
I've been all over that basement piece. I love Gary's stuff.
yeah, they sold out very quickly. You know, and they made all these figures, but it kind of seemed like they made it, but they were tied up in the factory. I really don't know all the details. And Bait helped them kind of, I guess, either pay for them or paid for them, and so it was, you know, it was great to actually see them finally in person and be able to buy them. But actually after that, which was like I said, San Diego Comic-Con about 2 years ago, where everybody thought that the Bait booth was the MindStyle booth because it was in its place. And it was like, but it was actually the Bait booth. You know, it's, you know, that was pretty much the end, or the last time that I saw
Yeah.
MindStyle. But I still think they're selling in Asia. So, who knows? You never know. All right, we're at 65 for this guy. And Brad said he sent me a secret text.
I'm sure you're always one line of toys away from extinction in the toy business.
You got to be careful,
You know.
because if you produce enough product that doesn't sell, you're literally sitting on a ton of product and you're out of money,
Yeah.
and that's it. So, let's see what
Then you have
Brad
to get
sent me.
creative.
You have to get creative.
How to move it. We've had to do that a few times.
Yeah.
Because of the quantities we ordered in the beginning, our eyes were a little bit bigger than
Sure.
than the demand. So
How many
we've had to get creative. We haven't been doing stuff.
How many years have you been producing stuff?
Factory production,
That's awesome.
3, maybe 4.
3 or 4 years?
Yeah. So
Okay.
not very, and not a lot of product either. I mean, we've only had probably 2 sets of tooling cut, but we run it in multiple colors.
So you'll
and-
do a
and
color
reuse
run,
it.
and then
Yeah,
maybe a year later you might do a different color run or something.
Yeah, probably not that far apart.
Okay.
Usually it's everything's we use pretty much the same body style on everything, and then we just do different configurations and different builds since it's all.
See, in the vinyl world, it almost seems like you've got to do all your colors
all together.
all together in production.
Yeah, even if you hold them back for a while,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. As additions.
Because that way you keep the price low. You can always go back to the factory and be like, oh yeah, I need to produce more colors. But in terms of like, if you really want to save on costs, it's better to go to a factory with a large production run
Yeah.
and technically all your colors ready to go as soon as you produce. And that way you're kind of done. But at the same time, you've got enough product to basically last you a good year, possibly year and a half or 2, and you're kind of just sitting on it, and you've spent all the money on it already.
Yeah.
So
It's like I did one limited edition doll that like I've had for like 3 years. It's just like a sort of secondary variant on something. But it's like,
it's just there.
Yeah, it's like, at some point I'll, use it for a show or something, and it hasn't had a reason to release it. It's just a slight variation on one of the characters.
Right. There you go. But eventually you're going to release it.
Oh, yeah,
And
no.
you're going to sell it, and you're going to make your money back.
Yeah.
It's just that you're making your money back 3 years later.
Yeah. Yeah. And
There you go.
It's nice to have something, because when I did my popsicles, I did the standard colors, and then I did three extra colors where I just did 100 of each, and then I released those over the course of a year,
There you
for
go.
different shows, and they all went away.
Yeah.
If you
Well,
know
that's
what
the
you're-
ideal situation.
yeah,
You
and
know,
that's,
that you sell them quickly.
it's a lot. My stuff is a lot cheaper than going through the process of these bigger things.
Yeah,
It's like-
these, I mean, to produce something like this, I mean, the eyes are sculpted out, and there's, like, a lot of detail in terms of, like, making it look a little patina and old school and giving it that proper look and style and feel. And then the pad printing on it in all the right locations. Yeah, this is expensive. This is an expensive piece to make. So, and I bet you Mindstyle probably made the colors one at a time with their factory, which is a bad idea.
One of the people is asking, how important do you feel it is for a company to release the run numbers on limited edition toys? Kid Robot is not releasing run numbers anymore.
Okay, that's actually a really good question. I remember one of the first companies that I ran into that did not release run numbers was Super 7.
Okay.
And Super 7 always produced figures, and they never told you how many they made. And it kind of pissed me off. It's like, I don't know how many you made. You could have made 1,000 of these things. You could have made 100. I don't know if I'm going to miss out on them or if I buy it. Their mentality was, you're not buying it because it's limited. You're buying it because you like it. And if you don't like it, don't buy it. If you do like it, buy it. So I think that's what it's kind of come down to.
I agree and disagree with that
Right.
statement. I think you should run both things. That's what I always
Right.
do is you do.
Just be honest.
I have Mr. Toast is a production thing.
There you go.
I have produced Mr. Toast I've gone and produced it 4 different times.
But here's the
There's-
mentality of a lot of the collectors out there and a lot of the buyers is that when you tell people that it's a mass production run,
yeah, they're
they
not
seem to be like, I don't have to buy this. There's no urgency to buy it. It's going to be here in a month. It's going to be here in 2 months. It's going to be here in 6 months. Because it's a production toy.
I was at Gallery
So-
1988, and they had a print that the guy did as open edition. They only printed 100, and that's all they've sold because people want. If they'd have said they were only making 100, it would have sold out like that.
There you go.
But since they made it open edition, they still sold. They only sold the 100 because people know they think, oh, I'll just buy that some other time, and then in the world we live in now, there's so much, you can,
Yeah.
your money gets spent the next week and you'll never go back and buy that because in the end, none of us actually needs anything.
True.
Yeah.
It all
You
really
know?
comes down to buying it because you want to buy it.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how low the quantity is. If you make a figure that's only 100 pieces, but nobody really likes it, then, what are you going to do? You're going to buy it because it's limited to 100 pieces, and then you're going to try to sell it, and people are going to be like, well, it doesn't matter. I don't like this figure anyway. It really doesn't matter. And, there have been toys made where there's only 50 pieces or 100 pieces, and they still can't sell them.
Yeah.
And there have been toys made where, I hate bringing it up, but Mark Ryden's Pink Stick.
Yeah.
There were 2,500 of those things made.
Yeah.
And they sold out. And it was I don't want to say awful toy.
It's a pretty big edition.
It
this
was
world.
a big edition, for the vinyl toy world.
It's huge edition.
At a cost of, I think, $120 retail.
I think at least.
Yeah. And it sold out. It didn't sell out in a week or two, but
No.
it sold out in about, I think, 2 months, which is amazing
Yeah.
for something that pricey and that large in quantity. And, people still want it. People still buy it. And it's, and
and that's the thing with limiting. Limiting is you want to make something that's special, and so you limit it.
Right.
And I think with a lot of the vinyl and art toys is since there's no mass market, so there's no person that's going to just generally wander in and go, I want this.
Right.
So you sort of have to balance how much it's going to cost with how limited it is to sort of, work those two things together.
Wakey.
Let the man sleep. Oh my God. Ben's like, no one sleeps on my
It
shift.
just makes me want to go to sleep, too. So,
So, I understand Kid Robot because Kid Robot's a mass market thing at this point. They're making Simpsons figures, which
they make hundreds of thousands.
They
of
have
those.
to.
Yeah,
Because they
they're
have to pay
paying a
a
license.
hideously
Licensing fee, yeah.
expensive license,
Absolutely.
and they need to make a lot more people happy. And,
Right. Kid Robot today is not the Kid Robot that it was when it started.
No.
This is a corporate company right now owned by a very large corporate entity, and they've got to make numbers. They've got to make money. And it's true. Like any toy company, if you want to make money, you go for a license. And somebody just meant $200 Huck G 8-inch production dunny, no run size release. Their reasoning because we asked for more limited items. Once again, it's a $200 Huck G production dunny. You guys know it's $200. It's 8-inch. It's very intricate. There's like a dunny inside the dunny, and it's like the head opens up. And honestly, yeah, I'll probably
You'll spring for one.
I'll spring for one. Do I feel it's going to be like the hottest thing out there? No, it's $200. And honestly, in today's day, $200 is a lot for a toy.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
So, you know, we'll see what happens. But you never know.
Your question is, as an independent artist, what your level of beholdenness is to your market, and if you can get away with just doing as many as you want.
True. Well, that's the thing. It's up to the producer, and that's one of the things I have to face is that I want to create these art figures, and I realize sometimes the cost goes up, and I have to basically tell myself, like, look, the cost is going to be really high. I want to create these figures, so I have to keep the numbers down.
Yeah.
I have to, or else, I can't sell them. And usually the numbers are like 100 pieces, 200 pieces at most.
Yeah.
That's it. And it's like a $70 or $80 or $90 toy. And I actually brought a couple of these with me. The Brandy Milne piece, which we're going to be probably selling after this one. What are we at with this one? 65 right now?
65.
Wow. Good.
Still at 65? Should we let it go? Let's let it go for a few more minutes.
Kid Robot baits you in with limited edition run promise, and then has them on sale for 50% off within a month. Yes, well, that's the other problem is that
pitfall with that kind of stuff.
when
It's
you're
a
a big
corporate
business, they don't care about the individual; they care about the mass,
Right.
and so they're going to do that.
But any large company will do that. That's the thing. They have to get rid of product, and they are willing to take a hit. You have to understand. I mean, like, there's, streetwear companies out there that do the same thing. They'll release a T-shirt that's $35.
Yeah.
And if you just look at the trend, if you wait 30 to 60 days, you can get the exact same T-shirt for at least half off.
But are there a percentage of shirts that you aren't able to get? Like the hottest shirt will be sold
Honestly?
out. Yes, honestly.
Honestly, probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah, honestly, probably not. There might be that one out of every 50.
So it's that.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's like specifically made for this, specifically, and it's got to be something special. It's like teamed up with this artist as a collaboration, and this, and it's like usually probably priced a little bit more.
So now do you think, like, T-shirt business is a little different than toy business? Toy business is make it in China on a boat, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Do you think the T-shirt business factors in that 50%? Because they're still making money on that 50% drop.
So it's funny because sometimes I look at a T-shirt and I go like, this is silk screened, clearly, on a regular like either American Apparel or
I mean,
some.
you're talking that shirt's gonna be they're gonna be into it $4.
Yeah, if that.
If that.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's like.
So even at $17.50, they're still raking in a hefty profit.
Exactly. So when they sell it for, instead of 35, if they sell it for 17, they're still making money.
Yeah.
Good money.
Even if they sell it, like you said, at four piece, even if they're selling it at $8 or $9,
Right.
they're still making back their money and then some. So.
Do you want to call this at 65 to
The Real Mimic.
the real mimic?
I'd like to see what to do with Mimic. Mishka Cheer, my brother got it for me. They paid 35 and the price never dropped. Yeah, I mean, Quiver, you're right. It's like that's a perfect example of a collaboration. Buff Monster and Mishka, and that's
But that's more the exception than the rule.
right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's
I mean, you can also look at the way it's marketed, the way it's done, maybe the numbers. I mean, Buff Monster also teamed up with Kid Robot and made Buff Monster Kid Robot shirts, and eventually they went on sale for half off. So it could be the design. It could be, you know, the brand behind it. You know, maybe the Mishka crowd is more prone to buy the stuff than the Kid Robot clothing crowd. You know, it's like Kid Robot is actually seen that they've kind of pushed back on the whole clothing side of things and have started to focus more again on toys. So
Well, the thing with all these things is you build up your level of authenticity with your market,
right,
and when you lose that authenticity, you can lose your entire market, and they can just drift away from you,
Right.
you know, and move on to whatever the new thing is,
Yeah.
never to return and never to give you money again.
there you go.
Yeah.
And that's the danger of playing all these games.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
but like, you know, Nike and all the shoes things, that stuff all
Oh, yeah.
continues hardcore.
Because
you know?
Nike has a very strong name behind them.
And they probably are very careful about
Releases.
keeping that and getting the right names on the shoes and blah blah blah.
Yeah, they've just recently they did a whole bunch of Kobe and Jordan releases and sell out lines. You know, the way to get it is you have to contact them through Twitter and send a direct message and then get a response. And there's
It's like trying to get
And-
into a exclusive,
yeah,
some of the
and then
exclusive
the
lines
funny
of
thing
Comic-Con.
is that you know, it's like then these shoes flip on eBay for $400 or $500, which is amazing.
Well, I know people that just wait in the lines to buy the shoes to sell
That's
them.
all they
Sell
do.
them, yeah,
That's
yeah.
just what they do. So
65.
as long as
Let's
you can
see.
convince your public that
65 is what it's at. You want to let it go?
Let's see. I'm trying to.
65 is current price.
Okay. 65.
I am sleepy.
Sold.
Been up for 28 hours.
28 hours.
28.
Almost. What time is it right now?
It's 8:42.
8:42. Okay, maybe
Cool.
26.
Where did you
All
come
right.
from?
Well, congratulations to the real Mimic.
I
You
live
know
in
what to do.
Agora Hills.
Oh, okay.
Info
I work in
at
Burbank. I work
toybreak.com.
swing shift at the production company.
Go
in
ahead
Burbank.
and
I got
PayPal
off
it
at
over.
midnight and came over here. But I got up when my wife left yesterday.
We
at
will
about
go ahead and get that sent over
about
to you.
7 o'clock yesterday morning. So, yeah.
Next item. Okay, next item is
Next
one of
item.
those figures that I was just talking about where the price was, has to be high. Oh, I don't want to forget to put that card in there. Can we slip that in there? Okay. So this is a 3D retro toy, which I'm very proud of. This is the second Brandy Milne piece that 3D Retro has produced, called Sugar Lamb Go. And this is the original version. There is another version of this which will be coming out later on. We only usually do 2 versions in very low numbers. And once again, there were only about I think like 150 of these produced after all was said and done.
150.
150. I don't know if you guys can see the
Is that
detail
150 per version or across the two?
per version.
Per version?
Yeah, otherwise.
Perversion.
So,
Ben's into perversion.
Yeah.
I'm into perversions. So I don't know if you guys can see the detail on this guy. But one of the things about like Brandy's pieces is it has that very unique like look and wash on it, and hopefully you guys can see that
Yeah.
through.
No, go back to
Yeah.
Go to the tight cam.
Oh yeah, there we go. So we put
You
a
can't
lot
see
of
anything.
love into Sugar Lamb, and it's based off of her painting, which actually I think George has like a printout of it somewhere. But this figure does retail for $90.
Mm.
Once again,
So what's it made? Is it resin or what is it?
No, it's vinyl.
Oh, it's vinyl.
Yeah,
oh,
it's
wow.
very light.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like it would be like a statue type of
Yeah.
piece, or
It looks porcelain with the finish on it.
Yeah.
You know, it's got a real kind of Hummel figurine kind of, you know, real glazed look to it.
yeah, when it sits on a shelf, it
yeah,
looks really
yeah,
good.
yeah.
All these
it's-
candies are this is all
yeah.
hand painted.
It's really unique for a
Yeah,
vinyl.
it has that wash that makes it look like it's hand
Well, it is
hand done.
Yeah, like
Huh?
It is hand painted, isn't it?
Well, it's made in the factory, but
Yeah, but they hand
they have
paint.
to
Yeah.
hand.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, every toy is, you know, like
Well, different. There's masking and
I love.
Aren't-
So one of the
Yeah.
hosts of Toy Break was Matt, and Matt once said something really smart. He says, whenever anybody says that a toy is hand painted, yeah, he goes, every toy is hand painted. When you go to a factory in China, they're gonna put paint on it by hand. So whenever people say that a toy is hand painted, yeah, every toy is hand painted. So yeah, there was, you know, people had to do it by hand on this one. So,
that was the thing. I used to collect the limited edition Ugly Dolls. And they would always say they were handmade.
handmade.
And you always were kind of like, well, this was this handmade by David and his wife, or were these handmade in a you know
By somebody
Yeah,
with hands,
somebody
you mean?
that
yeah,
had
yeah, yeah.
Instead of just a
So-
machine.
yeah, which
So,
always sort of a question.
so this guy, like I said, retails for $90. Why don't we go ahead and start at half, 45.
45.
45 bucks. And like we said, at $5 increments. So, 45 starting bid. Let's do it. Let's sell some stuff to make some money for Toy Break.
The toy break can continue. What episode are they on? 500 and something?
Mongoloid at 45.
I think it was $4.95. They said
$4.95?
$4.96 is what they recorded
Is that what
earlier
they did?
today. Yeah.
Wow.
So they're closing in on
500 almost, yeah.
shows.
65. We have a bid for 65.
65. That's a jump.
That is a jump,
The jump
but
we
it's
like.
still a really good price for this figure. Sleepy Robot says, whatever happened to Matt? Matt is, you know, he's still in the toy world. We still see him at shows. He's
Oh, he used to be the yeah.
Yeah, what happened was Matt just had stuff happen. We got 70 on the figure. He works for Sideshow right now. He had a kid, got married, and got busy.
Basically, you drove him out, didn't you, Ben?
I drove
You were
him
like,
out.
I
with a-
need that space on the
with a
couch.
I'm like, I
so
put
that
a
I
gun
can-
to his head and told him to get out of my way.
You held him by his feet off of a 5-story building. Said, "Give up your spot."
That's exactly what I did to Matt.
Swear to me.
We're at $80.
Ben is sort of the Suge Knight of Toy Break.
85.
Thug. Straight up thug.
85 by J.M. Snowdon.
Toy Thug Break. The U.S. guys are like, you damn UK. What? Guess they're having their own discussion. 85?
85.
Oh my god.
That's a gonga.
If you want, we'll draw all over it with crayons.
Even though it's not your figure.
Well, sure.
Okay.
Every once in a while at shows they'll have somebody come up and have you sign somebody else's figure, and you're just like, you know I have nothing
Sure.
to do with this.
It's happened to me.
Absolutely nothing to do with
By the
this.
way, the sculptor of this
Is
George.
George.
George sculpted this Brandy Milne piece as well as Bunny Ride Go.
Oh.
The first Brandy Milne. You know, I think because the retail is $90, I think we'll just give it to J.M. Snowdon at $85.
We say yes.
Do it. We're doing it.
So let's have you already discussed Decon at this?
We have not. Decon.
How was
2000
Decon?
It's.
It was awesome.
How was Decon? How was
How was
Decon?
attendance? How was this?
Decon was.
Decon went to 2 days. Some new changes. I was very happy with the 2 days.
Oh, the other side. I think. Oh, I think most people were happy with the 2 days.
Yeah.
Honestly, the from what people told us about the show, everybody was really happy. Everybody was
Good.
really happy with attendance.
Yes.
You know, there's always the fear in the back of our mind that, you know, what if people don't show up the second day? What if we have an empty hall the second day? And that luckily did not happen.
I mean, back when I used to do collectible toy shows. You'd have that Sunday, and the Sunday was like you'd look out over a very empty building, and there'd be 2 people walking around. That's why I was very pleasantly surprised with the crowds.
Thank you. Yeah, we were very happy.
Good.
We were very happy with the crowds on both days. You know, we got some really good press. The main thing is that all of our retailers were very pleased, and that's the main thing. At least, you know, for us, we want to make sure that not only are the people that are coming into the show happy with the show and they feel like there's so much to see and so much to buy and all that stuff, but we want the retailers to feel like there's a good crowd in here and people are buying and people are spending money and I'm making money, and like the money that I spent on the space, it's like it's easy to get that money back, and you know, that we're promoting the show properly, and that, you know, we did a lot of things this year that you know, we just keep growing. You know, there a lot more promotion, a lot more getting the word out there, a lot more changing things up, and you know, for 2014, we're going to do it again. We're going to change up a lot of things. We've
Continue to improve.
Yeah, we've learned a lot of things that, you know, need to change a little bit. Yeah, we're gonna fix it up.
November again.
November again.
Okay.
We have the dates set as I believe November. Is it 9th and 10th? Hold on, let me quickly check.
I think it was 9th and 10th this year. So it'll probably be
November
10th and 11th.
I think it's November 8th and 9th.
8th and 9th. Okay.
November 8th and 9th. That is correct. November 8th and 9th. And that's it. We're gonna
do it again.
We're gonna do it again. We're gonna do it again. When will Scott be back? Scott will be back probably on later on this afternoon. He's probably gonna come back up with Luke and Spanky Stokes, or John. And somebody said I came out from Decon and came both days. It was amazing and loved every second of it. Thank you very much, Quiver. I'm glad you had a great time.
It was a great show. We loved it.
Yeah.
We had a really good time as retailers.
That's the best part that we hear about. You know, people coming out from out of state to come to the show.
Yeah.
Not only the people that come to the show, but we have retailers that come all the way out from Japan. We had retailers that came from Singapore, you know, Mexico, all parts of the world. So, you know, for us to draw those kind of retailers in means that, you know, they're hearing about it. It's not just a local show closed off to Southern California. It's something where, you know, people fly out from New York to come out to our show, and the 2 days definitely help with that. You know,
yeah.
It's I guess for these guys it's a lot worthwhile to have a show that's 2 days instead of just 1 day to make a flight out to LA or Pasadena. So it's good. It was good stuff. I'm glad to hear that. A lot of people had fun. I'm glad to hear that.
Are we talking about Decon?
It's always good.
You gotta bring
They
up
were
Decon.
asking.
What, do
Good
you want
stuff.
us not to talk about it?
Of course I want
Please
to
don't talk about Decon.
Okay.
Sorry.
So.
Oh my gosh.
She's gonna hate.
She's
Hate
hating,
is-
she's
hate
hating
is
on
good or
Decon.
hate?
She runs Decon and
Love
she's
is
hating
gonna
on it.
love.
It's a love-hate relationship.
All I wanna do.
Do you have a
We're selling
tally
more
for
stuff.
how much?
Yeah?
Yeah, we're selling a lot of good stuff.
Someone's asking for the tally.
I can get that for you right now.
Brant Peters is here.
Brent! Hello, Brent! 38.
38? Oh my god.
Bringing it up, yo. About
Technically
right.
37.95, but I'm gonna go ahead and pump it up.
You're
to
gonna
$5.
call 38?
I'm gonna call it 38.
Okay.
Close enough.
All right.
Why are we getting low battery on the?
So you got.
No, it's not plugged in.
Because it's a freaking Apple product.
Hey,
What, that means you have to plug it in for it to have power?
Yeah.
Why don't they just draw power out of the air, stupid Apple?
Why don't they do that yet?
Just do a thing.
There
where
it
you
is, folks.
Shake it and then.
Why don't you run all your stuff on Kindle?
You do.
Right?
You just don't know.
Oh, okay. Where's the? Can't we be
Wait,
reading
I
this
got a
off of a?
Kindle over there.
Changeable
Oh, you do.
batteries.
Yeah, the magical Kindle. Powered by the hubris of Amazon.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is my coloring not good enough for you? Matt?
well, it's like it was.
Wait, hold.
dark
You gotta
and-
hold it up.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
God.
Oh man, love it to the pros.
How's it going over here?
Thank you.
Ta-da!
Yay!
Only that much more to go to reach our goal,
Look at that.
and we've got more fun stuff.
And don't forget, if we go past that goal, we're gonna do something fun. I just don't know what it is.
What
yet.
what
But
is-
We will do something exciting with/for.
George is gonna get naked.
Popcorn
And you're gonna
party.
use a board
Yeah,
at
for everybody. Yeah.
Snuggle
Board
party.
at
A snuggle party would be.
Did you get
Party
green
for all the
one?
toy break viewers.
Did you get
There you
Dove
go.
on the couch?
I got it in my car.
Dove was here. I don't think he got on the couch at all.
Is Dove coming back?
I don't think so. I think they have baby duty.
Ugh.
Yeah,
Baby
Get it?
duty.
Baby
Baby
duty.
duty.
I see what you
Baby
did there.
doo-doo.
I don't know if they said they
See you,
might.
Brant.
It depends on it.
Thanks for stopping
I'll
by.
What's up, Brand?
Bye, Brant.
Bye, Brant.
Thanks, Easter Bunny.
All right. You know what?
What?
Should we pull out some? I've got some really fun figures.
Yeah.
That
As
we
opposed
should.
to the shit that you've been pulling out.
No, I mean like figures that I didn't make.
Why don't you say those?
So you're saying the figures that
the
you make
episode.
are
Not so fun.
not so
How
fun?
many viewers we got right now?
How many viewers
We
do you
got.
have?
Oh wow, we got 102 viewers right now. Good times. Okay. So there's a little company called Bandai,
Bandai.
Bandai, which made.
Yeah,
Took a,
good.
yes, please. Or
You're trying to redeem yourself from the Asian from last year?
Bandai.
and they took a little group called Daft Punk.
You may have heard of them.
May have heard of them.
Wait, do you want a box cutter or something? You're gonna cut yourself open.
No, I'll figure it out.
Oh, Ben.
Pretty exciting box.
I'm bleeding.
No,
Did I get it?
I will give you Neosporin and a Band-Aid. I will,
Let me
I will
assist you.
provide
He's
that.
got a knife.
I was gonna say I've got.
That
There's
is.
a knife.
I just
I've got my blade. I can do it.
So,
Zombie Thor has returned.
no, these are
Don't know what that means.
Carlos, do you know how much these retailed for?
like 40, 38, no, like 40 something. Like you can
Alright.
get them for like in Amazon, a big bad toys.
Can you
or
correct
something
the
like that.
upside down pillow?
So here we go.
Whoa. I think I just destroyed the whole house.
This
know.
is
Fell down.
Guy Manuel
Broken.
and Thomas. These are the new Bandai figures of Daft Punk, and they're freaking amazing in
It's
my
the first
opinion.
time they do something that is not manga.
that's cool.
Yeah, these are
Shows.
pretty freaking awesome. If you guys can see that. There we go.
I want those.
We need a better system for what's been sold and where to move it
Now are these out already or?
to.
These are
That's
out,
the next thing we
Yes.
need to
but
do.
they've been selling out very quickly.
Oh yeah. You still can get them for very cheap, for like $40. Like that's the regular price.
$40 each.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But they're selling out, so
yeah.
you
Once
can
once
find
they
them,
go to hit the store, it's like they're
Boom.
gone.
they're gone.
So
Should we start taking bets on when George will wake up? I'm just kidding.
4 o'clock.
Bet on when George-
Tuesday.
So we're gonna sell both figures
Yeah,
here.
he's in the bedroom. Let's say.
Last year I was here. Just sort of
and
like
I
Luke
think-
Chu just came out of the
So
room.
they sell for $40 each. How about we start the bid at $40 for
Yeah,
both?
that's pretty. Because it has free shipping, right?
Yes.
Yes.
That's a seal. 'Cause
Yeah.
Shipping alone is like.
We'll put them back in
12
the cardboard box so
Although if
they.
it's international, hopefully the
Yeah,
price is enough to cover a little bit
international
extra.
is
True. There you go. And they are smaller than the Real Action Hero ones.
Real action hero. Oh wait, that's not right.
Thank you. No, I like that. How did that? Real Action
$40.
Hero.
Somebody
They should
bet.
use that. They should use
those
that.
beer
not
commercials?
For the set, for each.
What?
Weren't those the
No,
beer
for the
commercials?
set.
The real
For the
American
set?
Hero
For the
beer
set. We're
commercial?
selling it as a set.
Here's to you,
Cash,
Mr.
now.
Toy
No,
Podcast
we're bidding.
Maker.
Oh,
It's up to
shit.
60. Big toy poos at 60.
Big
For one
toy
set.
poo.
Deal, dude. That's
That's-
20 bucks a piece. Like we're about 30 now.
We're at 30 right now, yeah. But yeah, 60 for the set right now.
Free shipping, national.
Free shipping. Doesn't matter where you are. We'll get it over to you.
Then we'll deliver it by personally.
I will jump on a plane and bring it over to you.
Oh, you thought we were gonna buy a plane for you? A plane ticket?
I will
charter
swim
a-
to your
We're gonna put you in
shore.
a freight,
Charter a fancy
cargo,
one.
shipping container. Send you over.
Sounds good.
I think
So I don't
Free
know if you
shipping
guys can see, but there's like
free
a
shipping
bunch.
container, yeah.
You're
Huh.
not gonna be making bucks, and I don't want that.
Nah, they're all like sealed and everything.
I
And
think
they're
if you're
pretty
international, you got to
simple,
kick
so-
in a little extra
But-
for shipping.
I feel like maybe.
nah, you can see everything. We don't need to open it up.
Are you sure?
Yeah, but you can see like all the different hands. We're at 70
There's
right now.
Lots of little pieces, parts in there. That
Yeah,
can
there's
go
lots of
flying
like
all
little
over the
extra.
place.
No, don't open it.
They
Let's
have
let's
one,
let's
two,
open them
three,
and play with
four,
all the
five,
parts.
6, 7
Yeah.
I
sets.
feel like this
7
is
sets of hands,
San Diego
and there's lots of points of articulation. I don't know if you guys can tell by the pictures in the back.
Are these the suited ones or the ones in the jumpsuits?
No, they're getting the same shipping.
The apparel is not something that you can take off.
No, it's like, it's molded. And
Yeah,
the cool
yeah.
thing is
So
that
they're like the
they're-
the motorcycle suits.
and
right?
they
Yeah.
both
Yeah.
don't have, they didn't use the same mold. They're both different. 'Cause
Yeah.
Yeah.
One is bigger than the other.
Different
one, so
bodies.
it's pretty cool.
We're at 75. So,
Yeah.
75 bucks
For the set. Free shipping.
Woo!
Up
with
it up.
shipping.
I'm sorry. Did you already say? Did you say you can still get these?
Can I pay for it in bricks?
They're selling out.
Are they gold
No.
bricks?
You
Can
can.
I pay with gum?
Got a $75
think they
bid.
want-
It's the only currency
I
I
think the
have.
high bidder wants us
Of
to
course you do.
open them and play with them.
No.
I will personally open them for you, damage the boxes, mess up the things, and sign
No.
them.
They
Did
will
you see
not
that?
be. They will not
Good
be
man,
open.
Brian. Real men carry knives.
Yeah, yeah. Is that Dave?
Come
Yeah.
on,
Dave Staples? Yeah.
Yeah.
$80, free shipping.
Until you get kicked out of Disneyland.
Dave's,
'cause you
yeah,
got
and
pocket knife on.
exactly.
Come on, Suburban Vinyl.
Well, you know.
You cannot get on
What are you gonna
outbid.
do? Go
I
back to
disagree. It is not a small world.
These
This
are
is
awesome.
annoying.
Suburban Vinyl. Come on.
Well, they're at 75. Let's leave it for a minute or two.
Yeah.
See if it goes up
I
to.
can't believe the delay is so much, but there's nothing
It's
we can do
okay.
about it.
Yeah. It's the internet.
Did you have the delay last year?
There's always a delay, but I
Oh.
think
But this one is
it gets
longer.
better
right?
every
57
year,
seconds.
But the
And
quality
it's weird
of
to
the
look at your set
picture
over
is
there, like,
better.
ah.
This
Yeah, because we're total like
Retarded.
HD.
Yeah,
I
no.
know you're like, oh, did I do that?
Yeah, I cannot.
face looks
undo
stupid.
It. Oh my god.
You always look stupid on camera.
I do. Thanks, Dan.
No, I do.
No, you don't. You have adorable angel wings.
I have
Right.
adorable angel wings? What does that mean?
You have-
Like, you know, little angel wings.
Oh, my hair. My horrible needing the haircut hair.
I like it. think
Did I have
it's
my
adorable.
weird mustache last time I was on here?
Yeah, the biker.
No, I
Hmm,
no.
no.
Not
Biker
on here.
had
You
gone
had
out.
it at Comic Con, but you didn't
Oh,
have
that's
it.
right, you did.
At Comic Con. Oh
And
yeah.
I missed you dressing up, which really makes me upset.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed your Bob's Burger thing.
We're gonna do some more cosplay this year
That's
at
awesome.
Comic Con. I'll be dressed as Lumpy Space Princess one day.
It's so lumpy.
Oh, whatever.
Lumpy Space
Like a lumpy
Princess.
Princess Leia. There you go.
I'm not going to be dressing as Princess Leia.
But it's a lumpy
Are
one.
you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Are you sure?
If someone wants to donate the outfit, I probably
Maybe
would.
you got some
Ho
goods.
ho ho! That sounds like a challenge.
That sounds like a $600 challenge. Who's taking it?
$600 challenge. Bring back the stash.
Ah.
Yeah.
Wow, we are 16 hours in.
Gold full beard.
Woo, let's just call it. Let's just go to bed.
Night, everybody.
Let's just
Yeah.
speculate how much is gonna.
We'll probably
raise.
will get-
No,
some
it's
more,
called
it'll be fine.
24-hour toy break for a reason.
We didn't say they were in a row.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, no, actually we did.
Yeah, we can take a break now.
We did say that.
Ah, we'll do 6 more tomorrow. We'll see you guys after church.
All right, we are at 75 for these.
Are you going to
And
call them? Is that what
let's
you're- He's acting like he's
let's
going to call them.
do. I think we're gonna call them. Should we do a
Last
going
call.
once, going twice type of thing?
Last call. No,
Do
80.
it,
Come
do it,
on.
do it.
So now my question is, if he types on there, does that message
Gets
get
to
in
them
advance
right
of
away.
us?
Gets
So
to them
you,
before he
so
says
you
it.
could just be You could be like typing all of our dialogue
Yes.
ahead of us.
Transcribing
box.
everything
The
we say.
future. Typing the future.
That gets really confusing.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is you could go back to the future.
Whoa.
Wait,
They should make a movie named that.
that's a really good idea.
Let's do that.
I think we should be auctioning off Ben's Back to the Future collection, shouldn't we?
No.
Oh, we're watching off Ben?
Ben's Back to the Future
We're
collection.
finding a new home for Ben? What?
We're finding a new home for Ben.
A new home for Ben.
A
You
new
just need,
home
like,
for Ben.
You just need an extra
That's
closet that you can keep him in.
He just needs a
Put
little
out a
water,
bowl.
some food once in a while.
He can
maybe
eat-
What am I, like a guinea pig?
can
Just
consume-
need a little wheel.
Guinea pig. You're like,
Little-
of all the pets,
thing.
you picked a guinea pig.
McCall,
Just-
75.
Give him some leafy greens.
Let's call it at 75.
So,
Inky Skulls, 75. Done.
So
Congratulations.
The overall fundraising total
Right.
is at
save 25%.
$3,800.
woo!
$3,800.
It sounds fancier when you say 3,800. It sounds like more.
3,800
Doesn't it sound like more?
U.S. American dollars.
And the
That's
best
so
part
many
is that
pieces.
$75 went to help the show. There you go.
Make it better. Make
Yay,
it
help.
HHDD.
Two H's?
2 Ds. Double
Two
D.
D's?
Double
Two H's and
Ds?
two D's?
Wait, I have to get double D's?
Double Ds.
Whoa. What happened?
I think $6,000 will pay for that.
Oh my god.
So this turns into like a secret
This is-
agenda.
George is like, yep, that's what the money's
And
for.
they're gonna start. They're
Yep.
just gonna,
It's for Toy Break.
yes.
Everyone's gonna enjoy Toy
They're
Break
gonna
a
pay
whole
money.
lot
They're
more.
gonna be like, all right. They should have said that before. Money, 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 money.
It's gonna really be
Make it
toy
rain.
girls now.
Make it rain.
Look, they
There's
bidding
a
on you
dollar
now.
for Ben's.
They're buying me now.
Buying you.
I'm not for
Only
sale.
$2.99.
Oh wait,
Let's
maybe
see
this
how
is
much
for my
it
new
goes.
home.
This for your new home?
This
Oh.
is where you're going.
So nice.
Thing that
So
walks.
just
Where is
take
that?
it.
People
Just say-
donating.
Donate it.
All right.
2235 Zombie Thor. Zombie Thor, where do you live? Where's Ben gonna go?
The Tim Doyle Back to the Future print. I may have Tim Doyle.
Haven't you stayed up all night to get lucky?
Me?
The
No.
Daft Punk.
To get yucky.
To get
I need
lucky.
to take a shower.
Lucky.
$29. You're at $29.
Oh.
$29.
pretty good.
Send it. Send it Toy Break.
Or
info
do it.
dot com.
Send $1 and Ben will do Christopher Walken.
How much for a Chewbacca?
Ben Baca.
Ben Bump.
Oh.
How much?
You have
what?
one of those-
$37.78.
You must have one of
Okay.
those rubber horse heads here, you know, those horse.
You actually don't.
You don't have one of those?
I
No,
know.
you
I
should
guess
have
we're
Get
the
a
only
cow,
family-
like a Ewok cow.
like a little cow.
Oh yes.
Aw.
Booth's selling at Comic Con right down the aisle from you guys.
I do have the Tim Doyle Back to the Future print.
Do you have like a spreadsheet? Oh, okay. For a second there, I thought you were going to your Back to the Future.
I'll plop down
No.
$36 for 10 minutes with Ben's lips.
Oh,
That wasn't the-
Is that your admirer in South America?
No, that's Ronan. I don't
Did she
know.
change her name?
I don't know.
From
Does he come with a cage? Good question.
you have to cage him and feed him.
Little water feeder thing.
These paper trains.
That's what I'm
Do they
saying.
make human size? Oh, you can just get a baby one. It's fine.
Bride services to narrate someone's daily activities.
I'm buying that.
Oh, jeez.
I just want
Yeah.
Brian to follow me
You just
around.
follow somebody around all day long.
How would you narrate somebody's activities?
Ben is holding the phone. He's talking to someone through text messaging. That kind of cheesy crap.
He probably
Wow.
thinks he's being witty.
Yeah, yeah.
Alas.
Haha. OMG. LOL.
Not just any
Yay.
capital
Yeah,
LOL.
yeah, yeah.
Like screaming LOL.
Oh my goodness.
What?
Cool.
Who stayed up the whole time? Me.
Me.
Not me.
It's okay.
How many
Ben's
viewers
been
do we
up
have
all
right
night.
now?
You've been up
Wow,
all
wait,
night.
so there's only two people
I'm
that
asleep
have
from the
stayed up all
earlobes
time.
down.
The last two.
We need a new couch, maybe.
Hey Tommy,
We
how
can
many
get
how
them
many
to
how many
call
viewers do we
Tuesday.
have
Yeah,
right
you
now?
go,
now?
go spoon with George.
This is gonna get bad.
He's
No,
sitting
so
sideways.
What are
It's
those?
weird.
99.
What are those couches?
99 viewers.
Massages?
That's pretty good.
Lazy boys. Lazy boys for everybody.
How many people?
99.
Is there like a max? Did they ever say how many your maximum people you had on at one time was?
Yeah, there's that stat
There's a
somewhere. I
little
don't know.
counter after it says 16,428.
That's like how many total have seen the channel, like
At one
unique
time,
people, or yeah, like
Unique viewers.
like during live shows. There's been that many.
Is Ben sold?
It's been so.
55.
Sale.
I'm wondering how many Gary Basement fans are there in the room right now.
Well, we have a couple other things. Oh wait, there's a Skype, but all the iPads are busy.
I love Gary Basement.
You like his stuff?
I have all of his stuff. Not all of his stuff.
You have
I've got
all of his
quite
stuff?
a bit
Do
of
you
his
wanna-
stuff.
Do you have Creamy?
I have a few creamies.
Whoa.
I hear
I
cream.
have a few creamies.
Do you
For him?
wanna
Yeah, are you
auction
creaming
off-
for Gary Basement?
Oh no.
We have a couple things. We have one thing from. Oh, we should have you do this. Anyway, Carson Catlin wanted to donate something, but it's not here.
Okay.
Are we okay with doing that? Or is
Do
I
you
don't
have
see why
a photo?
not.
I do.
Will he
But I
ship
want
it
to read you what
to
it
the...
is first.
Absolutely.
One custom Calaveretta skull like these here. You can pick 2 colors and it will ship within a month. So basically, I think he's making it.
Oh,
for them.
made
So
to
I'm gonna
order.
show you a picture.
Yeah, oh yeah, the ones that he
Have
did
you seen
for-
these?
Yeah, that's pretty rad.
Huh? Appropriate.
Nice,
Mhm.
yeah.
So it's these guys.
All right. Let's.
What do you think?
Put it down.
Carson-
Put it in the
Oh.
magic cam.
Carson Catlin, the king of articulation.
Those look amazing, and you get to pick 2 colors. You said.
Yeah. And cause see how they're painted on the the outside's painted, the inside's a different
Yeah.
color.
Yeah.
I like when he does that. Pretty
It's neat,
clever.
right?
Yeah.
So if anybody's interested,
Beast Brothers Calaverita by Carson Catlin. Go for it.
these went for 200 a piece.
Oh
Nice.
wow.
So I don't know what we'd want to start that at.
I'd say we started half that, at least $100.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of time.
That's a bit pricey, you know.
I'm guessing they sold out when
Yeah.
he was selling them at the show.
Yeah, I think he had a limited.
So, and this would be custom to whatever color you guys pick, which
Purple and black would be a great color combination.
maybe if your name is Aileen.
Oh, that's true.
But yeah,
I know
I
you
think
don't know how to use an Android. It's okay.
Android what?
He's
Huh?
like, what's an Android?
What's Android? Android what? Why?
We could probably just give you this picture to put up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably
Do you
can.
want that?
True dat yo.
That would probably be even easier.
That's so gangster.
That's how I roll. Why don't we do that? Let's do that right now, actually.
Right now.
$100 starting bid
For
Yeah.
one or
for one.
okay.
Jake the Jailbird's in for 100. Remember, these guys retailed for 2. They did sell out. This would be a custom colored one, so you pick the colors, the inside color and the outside color. And you will have to wait for Carson to create it for you, but I think he said a couple of weeks
Yeah, he said within the month.
Yeah.
within
It's
the month,
made
which
with
is
this
great.
Soft vinyl. Sofubi.
So Fubi.
Beast Brothers.
Sofubu.
Sofubu by the Beast Brothers. Buy it.
I might need to put a background on that. But go ahead and just
Hold now. Operators are standing by.
Jake the Jailbird.
Hey, buy it?
He's in for 100.
Nice.
Absolutely, Kathy. There are not Toy Break shirts yet.
Hmm.
There never have
You've
been.
never done Toy Break shirt.
No, we had a plan, and they were going to be done for us, and then that fell through. And then shirts are a pain in the ass.
Shirts are a pain in the ass.
And
That's
that's
exactly
why
what I-
that's the biggest reason.
Yeah.
Sizes.
Yeah.
We did Gwyn shirts way back in the day, and we
Ooh.
were like, this was a terrible idea. They sold, but it's a biggest pain in the butt. You guys know this.
I believe you.
That's why we just do all of ours. We just took the Printfection store up to ours, and just if they want to pay, if they want a shirt bad enough, it's
Cafe Press.
they just
sort of
get it.
thing.
Yeah, print on demand kind of stuff. Because we
Yeah.
wouldn't be able to keep stock or anything like that.
Do you make any money off Cafe Press?
Not really.
Yeah,
Like
it's
Very,
dollars.
very little.
Has
Very
anyone
little.
ever made money off Cafe Press?
Oh my God,
Cafe
that's
Press.
Well,
It
I'm itching a hole in
costs
my
you
leg.
anything, so
but I
it's
mean,
your time.
yeah.
A little bit of time to put a graphic up, and then it's like free money occasionally.
I think I'm itching
Yeah.
a hole in
Like
my
what?
leg.
Whoa.
Like, what do you get? Like $10 a month or something?
No,
Is
it's
it that
just
kind
like-
of
it's-
little
it's
It's
money?
like
Money.
residuals,
Oh.
you know. It's
It's
like
good
you get a
chicken.
check for
For
like
the outside.
yeah.
So most of the time it's about
Now look
$2
at
a
him
shirt.
scratch so much.
Huh.
and
Yeah.
Sell 100 shirts. Don't do it. Math.
Jake the Jail. Where's
Are
this?
we
Can
gonna
I?
call it?
Can I have this?
I mean,
Let's.
do
I remember when we
I
sold
say
our
we
first
leave it
one
up for a
after
little bit.
it had been up
Yeah,
for
like
like
5
a year.
Yeah.
And it was my cousin in Tucson.
$100 is
You
a
know, she's
great
like, I
deal,
want
guys.
one.
I'm surprised
I
nobody
remember
else is bidding
I
on this
sent
thing.
some
And I don't know if
books,
Carson's still on,
some
but
of my
this is
comics
amazing.
off
Thank
to
you.
the Amazon when they had like, you know, you program and you send them to them and they'd
Yeah.
put them in their warehouse and blah, blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah.
this
Oh,
is-
that-
And like, you know, my dad calls and, you know, says, I bought one. Like, Dad, why are you buying my book? Oh.
Thanks, Jillian.
He's supporting you.
Yeah.
No, I
Thanks,
understand
Dan.
that perfectly. You're welcome.
Thanks, Jillian. Thanks, Dan.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Jillian again. Thank you, Robert.
You're welcome.
Thanks, he's the bunny.
Thanks, Jillian. Thanks, Ethan Bunny. Thank you. Well, that's what I always. When you find yourself in danger, when you're threatened by a stranger, when you...
What is that? Is that Danger Mouse?
It's Super Chicken.
Oh, Super Chicken.
When there's no one else to turn to. shit, I
As a
lost
side
it.
note, just to remind everybody,
Oh yeah, the pillows.
we have pillows. So these pillows are going to be made to order, and they are only going to be on sale during Toy Break Live. So you only have another.
I feel like I want to say, like, they could be available in the future at some point, but I can't tell you if or when or, like, right now.
You
like,
might have to wait another 2-3 years.
They're very velour-y.
They're nice, right? They're cuddly.
They are. But if you want to
Velour-esque.
get yours now, instead of wait another 500 episodes, then you can get them for only $30 each. And there's no limit. You can order as many as you'd like.
Make your
And-
couch a toy break couch.
Make your couch a Toy Break couch.
That's so good. Sarah Jo came up with that.
Get Carlos and Aileen back on the couch. I'll Skype in.
Chris
Chris?
Reiniak.
I was gonna say that's gotta be Chris.
No more Dan.
No.
What?
Whoa.
Travis? That's just rude. How
Extremely.
Nice.
My feelings are hurt.
Your one feeling?
If I had feelings.
hurt.
My feeling is hurt.
My feeling is hurt.
So yeah, info at toybreak.com. $30 PayPal. However many you want. Multiply that by 30. That's how much you should PayPal over.
Yes, that's math. That's
It's hey, some people need explaining. So look at that. We're all holding our little Toy Break pillow.
He was blocked by the photo.
Oh, he means no more Dan because he was blocked by the photo, not no more Dan.
As
like,
in get him out of here.
as in get him out of here.
Oh,
no
where'd
more
he go? That's what it was.
Holly.
Dan. He meant no more Dan.
No more Dan. I get it. I'm gone.
Were they saying Boo-Earns?
Yes. I was saying boo-earns.
Boo-Earns.
Now, are these the pillows that they're gonna get that we've sweated on and?
No, there's actually a whole.
Yes?
They're brand new. They're
Yes.
I don't know how to sign.
We have
out.
another
We've
set.
I
there's
think
a
they
little
were brand new
drool on a
before.
few of them.
They have makeup.
I'm
I
pretty
just-
sure
nice,
a
actually.
few
I just
people
took
have
a run.
passed gas on them.
What?
You know, it's
What have you been doing on the couch, Brian?
not me.
Oh,
Do you know how to
Ben.
sign out of Skype?
The DNA is free.
Yeah.
Because I need to sign in as Skype.
I dry humped that one.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
This Apple is just like
There you are. All yours.
Like my
That one
brain
too.
doesn't.
that's
Sarah Jo says hello.
Most
All you
people
can
get
need.
it, and I'm like, Dave.
Dan, Sarah
But I
Jo
can
would like
program
to
a
see the
computer.
money meter.
A PC.
I'm kind of touched.
We are at
Last time we checked,
3,800, but I think we're probably. I mean, if
we're
we
probably a little bit higher than
Because
that
we've
now.
sold stuff since then.
It hasn't. You gotta wait like half an hour.
Yeah,
for
we gotta
check-in.
give it some
we,
time.
we like to
Yeah,
update
we
it
are.
after every sale.
Sarah Jo wanted to see it.
Oh,
For those
okay,
of you
okay.
just joining us,
Yes.
we are up to $3,800
Now, why-
of 6,000 needed. So please give.
You know,
Like
for
that.
some reason, that soothing voice makes me want to give
Okay,
and keep
so
giving. Mm.
Tell Chris he can Skype
Do
in.
you have more of these?
Chris,
Those
Skype in now.
maybe one or two. Do you want one?
Lock
You
in
need
your
one or something?
votes.
I was playing on
Now.
doing a little puppet with the mouse. So you can do a voice.
Planning on doing a little puppet.
Oh.
Wait.
Fun, isn't it?
Pink eye pillows for $30.
Pink eye pillow.
Oh, tell him to Skype into Toy Break.
Oh, Chris, Skype into
He knows
Toy
this.
Break
He knows.
now. Best voice ever.
So, you said you
Agreed.
to the iPad?
Voice
Yeah, I'll just,
over
I'll
voice.
just set it over there.
Voice
Right.
over voice.
Voice over voice ever.
Put it on
That's
the
like
stand
a-
and put
But
it-
then we can't see it.
Red leather, yellow
I
leather,
guess-
kind of tongue twister
put it
kind
on
of
the
thing, I
stand,
guess.
put the camera
Red
on.
Voice over
leather,
voice
yellow
ever. Voice over
leather.
best voice ever. Voice
Red
over
leather.
voice ever.
Yellow leather.
Red leather, yellow leather, red leather.
Yeah, this early in the
Chris.
morning after you had no sleep. It's like,
I don't know. I don't see you.
Oh, hold on a second.
Oh,
Oh, wait, hold on.
is it?
I'm getting off the couch.
I can see your tongue.
I've taken a hint.
You look like a blue generic square guy.
Carlos, we need you on the couch for
On
Chris.
the couch.
I think my son is playing Call of Duty. My internet is...
I put this back.
Oh, boo.
Yeah.
After all that, like, man,
A
what's
boo-hoo?
good?
Yeah, right?
There's something.
Is there?
Well, that was back when I had a connection.
Oh, I'm
so
gonna
it's
step
a-
outside for a
Hey,
minute.
Lee, I want to
Feels
Skype.
good, actually.
Yeah.
So far, we've just got us on the couch.
I can see you.
Well, that's no fun.
What? Hold on. Just wait.
Ah,
Who's that guy?
it's Chris Reiniak.
Well, he
Oh,
seeing who am I?
Chris,
Alright.
who?
that's good.
Come on.
Yeah, if you shake it, it'll...
You guys should try it. Yeah, that'll help. That'll help. Shake it. That'll help.
He's probably not even looking at the thing.
I'm totally looking at it.
Damn you, Chris.
Yeah, this isn't working so good.
Do you want to try it back in a few minutes?
Yeah, that'll probably be good.
Okay.
I'll try it in a few minutes.
Okay, great. I look forward to it.
Okay,
Bye-bye. How do you... Oh, good. It happened. I'm so retarded.
Stevenson, what do you think of In a World movie coming out?
What's that?
That guy, the Inner World movie.
What do you
In a World.
think of the In a World movie? I haven't seen it yet, actually.
I don't think it's out yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I've heard mixed reviews. I've heard some people that think it's amazing and the best thing in the world, and then I hear other voice actors that think that that it's a little too fantastical for how the actual industry works. So, but I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. So, but I'll probably watch it because.
Is it out for buying?
I don't know if it's
Netflix? Like,
yeah.
what's-
I mean, there's been screenings of it. I don't know what their distribution thing is of it yet, but I like the Lake Bell, so I'll watch it.
Hi.
Very good.
What's your favorite voice to do?
My favorite voice to do?
Did you really?
Gosh, that's hard. I don't know.
One of your favorites. I won't make you
one
like
one of my favorites.
like something maybe you slip into. Like if I said like do a voice and you're like this is one of my favorites that I just slip into.
Oh gosh,
Wait, I think I know what one of them might be, but
one of them I do a lot of is Arnold.
that's a good
Every
one.
so often, it's just to do it completely conversational with people, because I wake up in the morning. The first thing I do is I eat 19 egg whites and a little can of tuna, and then I run. I lift the weights, I work out, and ride my motorcycle a little bit around California. Anyway, I'm so tired though this morning.
No!
It's not working. Oh, the other one too. That I think what was the other one that if I can do it. What I can't do it this morning. My voice is too
It's
too
okay. It's
low.
okay.
Vinny Barbarino,
Oh,
whenever I like
boo.
slipping, boo, hey, whoa, whatever. What's so
Hey.
cool? I don't know.
I thought you were gonna do the or not that one, but it's like you kind of go into like a oh yeah, that's what I'm doing. Like it's like a weird.
Should I leave the door
I can't do it. No,
No?
it's too bright.
No,
Like
I don't know which one you're talking about.
it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's okay.
I don't remember.
It's okay.
We had a dog and I had a dog. So the dog.
Like kind of like a hick.
Oh, yeah, man.
Okay, you're crazy.
I go into like doing a little bit of the country
Kinda
stuff
like
when I do that. When I start talking like most of my family.
Go to
Seems
the
like
country.
I grew up with.
He loves
Here we are. We're
the
talking on toy break. We're talking about toys. So what we want y'all to do is he taking a nap? Look at he's sleeping hard, dude. He's serious about that sleep.
What was that?
Nope.
That boy been up all night. That boy been up all night.
He's like,
Yeah,
Look at him.
go take it.
Okay,
oh yeah.
He wants Chick-fil-A.
You want to bring
Yeah.
something back?
Does
for-
anybody deliver omelets?
Chicken biscuit. Chicken biscuit.
Oh no.
That's so far a drive.
Magic words.
Magic words.
Maybe Ben will go with you and he'll go by the office and do a. If you want, you don't have to.
Yeah, I was actually gonna say I'm setting up my stack right now.
Do a Cosby.
What we're doing here today on Toy Break is we're telling you all about the wonderful toys in the 24 hour. We need you to give. We need you to reach deep down in your pockets, and we need you to find some dollars and some quarters and some change and send it in and buy some toys from Toy Break. Oh. It's delicious. That was terrible.
Is there
How
always
much-
room for Jello?
It's like there's
How much is it to get you to follow me around all day again?
yeah. I'd like everybody to have a Coke and a smile and just go home for the day or stay here and watch for the rest of the day. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Alright, so here's what we're gonna do.
Oh, wait, something's happening.
Uh-oh.
What are you doing?
Are we switching to camera 2?
Okay.
Okay.
You're the voice.
Oh,
What is it?
What's
What
the
am I-
voice?
what am I saying yet?
hold on.
What's the
it'll
voice?
come
Just
up
talk.
in a second.
Just do.
Just talk.
Any voice?
Oh, have you made a puppet? Oh, look, it's talking bacon. Hello, everyone out there in Toy Break Land. I am Mr. Bacon. Give till it hurts. Pill. What are you doing?
That's amazing.
You're inside him. Look at that.
I mean, well, that's true.
Hello.
Oh
If
my.
only he had a nickel for every time.
Yeah, I've had bacon inside me, but I don't think I've ever been inside bacon.
Can you shoot it so that his mouth is like,
Like stick it right in there.
it's like framed up, and then he just talks, and you can see his mouth.
This is what 2 hours of sleep in 72 will get you.
Oh, it's so good. Love it. That's creative.
It's 4 a.m. here.
That's creative, Carlos. It's 4 a.m. where?
Who wants it?
$2.
Who wants it?
$2.
$2 donation.
That's a Beast Brother, Mr. Toast crossover exclusive. Never gonna happen again.
Complete
What
with
have I got?
complete with dirty popsicle stick.
Yeah, mysterious glue.
Where did that even come from? Do I have a popsicle stick?
I don't know. I promised through the trash.
Oh, good. Okay, I don't eat popsicles. That's weird.
Oh
And a
boy.
built-in stand.
Yeah.
There you go. And you can
So
mix
many. I have so many comments
stuffs
about what that
there
is,
and
but I'm gonna.
Oh boy.
Eat it.
Oh, by the way, everybody, we still have the Carson Catlin custom. I never say the name right. Calaveretta.
Calaverita.
Calaverita.
Let me hop up.
Calaverita.
Since he's talking,
You say
I'll
it
let
so
him
much
sit
better.
here and talk.
Okay.
I'll get out.
No.
Oh, I need to get a
No,
drink.
no,
I
no.
need to get a
You
drink
can
of
get up
water.
if you want. You can get up
I need
anytime
to,
you want.
I need
You
to
don't
get
have
a
to
drink
switch.
of water and go walk in
We're
traffic.
chained in here. We have chains and stuff. And
We
can-
chain up our artists.
We're getting reprehended.